What's the 4th of July?
Heavy flow.
So I thought I had the heavy flow and a
It
wide
happens
surface
once
channel.
every 6 years. It's when the guy flow hits. So those of you who have not hit 40 yet, beware. No,
So I don't have to worry about it, like...
Oh, honey, you
Relax.
live with me. You need to worry about it
Yeah,
every second of the day.
Yeah.
When's that bitch gonna snap again? Anyway. So I listened to your world building from last time you guys met. And I wanted to add a period towards the end of the reign of Earl Grey.
Every time.
Every time. That brings the material plane, which most of this history has taken place on so far, in perspective and in touch with the other planes, the elemental planes specifically, seeing as how some of our characters come from there in this home game.
Okay.
Or like one.
Well, we don't know where the Fae come from. Remember, the Feywild is also a different
Oh,
plane.
yes, because you're an Archival.
I'm more talking about
Yeah.
characters, but yeah.
NPCs count, especially the one that turned into a flower and died. Still
I almost
anymore.
died because I almost turned into a flower and died.
You almost did.
So, tell us about this period.
Right. So this period is called the War of Elemental Corruption. It really is where I think we could say that in some kind of a sense of law, the elemental planes all intersect with the material plane, but not with each other.
Okay. Hence
And-
the existence of air and fire and water and stuff, but not like
Yes.
the steam plane.
The steam plane.
Or the lava plane.
Yeah.
Although, let's not put that. Candy plane. You might get that.
Or the cloud plane.
Infinite planes!
It's real. It's possible.
It's like a Venn diagram, but the worst one.
Yes. It's just a bunch of lines. It's this actually. So what happens with the War of Elemental Corruption? Typically, the elemental planes meet the physical or the material plane in spots of high magic or high energy imbalance or something like that.
Alright.
It creates a portal betwixt which or through which you can hop planes. And these are usually protected, but that's not the point now. They were always pretty much in balance because most of our history, known history, they were merely seen as remnants of an older age. There was a kind of balance, there was a kind of peace going. Not entirely sure how the portals were watched or protected.
It's fine, you don't need to because
But
this
they
whole
exist.
area we can add in later. So
Yeah. So it's just that we know they exist, and that with, I would say, with the ripple effect, maybe I'm doing this wrong now. Can I have Can I have that focus linked to this period, or?
So for the period, just explain to us what actually happens in the
All right. So
period.
what actually happens in the War of
the
Elemental
portals
Corruption?
May I
Explode.
pause you, please? The ladies at the gate. One second.
Is she?
Yeah.
Can
We buy some lemon.
I guess yeah, you can find out what she's selling and how much.
4 lemons.
Do you want me to come with?
No, he's got it. So the War of Elemental Corruption, basically, the guardians of each plane, they have to
Delicious, but oh my gosh.
keep peace on
You
each
guys want water?
separate plane as well.
Okay.
And that balance was disturbed by corruption from within.
She would just like some food. Do we still have any of those packets of chips?
I don't think so. No. We left them.
So what I'm thinking is how it transpired in the
Any of the glasses?
plane of air
Yeah.
I'm figuring it out as I'm going along.
Yeah, I mean, so for an advice, try not to like create too much lore, right? Rather just think, okay, cool. So yeah, like there are these portals, a corruption occurs. What is the consequence of that corruption, and then what was the ultimate resolution? So
All right. So the consequence. Thank you for that. The consequence of the corruption itself is that all planes are thrown into
you
disarray.
must. I mean, yeah, I guess.
This is the rare opportunity when I'm able to chat.
Yeah, I mean, I would say rather ask her that we don't really give you food, because then you're going to start a habit, right? That she'll come here asking for food over and over again. I'd say we don't have food to spare, but if she has stuff to sell, we'll happily buy it.
I mean, she looks pretty destitute.
She always looks pretty destitute, but sure, give her the apples, but tell her.
It's a different woman.
It's a different woman.
Yes.
Oh, well then I don't know, do whatever the fuck you want with her. But if she comes back, then the answer's no.
Okay.
Like kittens with milk.
Yeah.
Ooh, peas.
All right.
Like
So elementals were betrayed by their own kind through some kind of corruption that caused the planes to not only have infighting but also go to war with each other.
Okay.
And this raged around the material plane.
Okay, cool. So something happened within each elemental plane to cause them to have infighting, but also go to war with each other. And the material plane was sort of like the conduit by which that happened. Cool. And then what was the sort of resolution of this period?
The resolution of the period,
Or like how did this war end, I guess?
I don't know if the war has ended.
Oh,
Okay.
that's quite cool.
Seeing as how most of it is in the elemental planes,
So we
material plane history might not reflect.
The war in our plane at the moment.
Well, we can. So up in this period that happens, I guess we can always add in periods where it does get entered. Right?
Yeah.
So okay. So Thomas,
I don't know.
for you who missed, so there's the period, the war of elemental corruption,
Okay.
and basically there's the 4 different planes of the elements,
Okay.
and they have these conduits on the material plane where they can travel, which is like high density, but we haven't really discussed where those are, how they are guarded, how they're utilized. But at some point there is some internal corruption within each plane. Of
So
the
they're from-
which in each elemental plane.
Each elemental plane gets betrayed from within, which causes infighting, I don't know, civil war, but then also war amongst the planes, the elemental planes.
And somehow the material plane is the gateway between the planes, so there's a lot of shit going down.
It might not even be something that the general populace would pick up, but there should be some kind of a link.
What is the time scale on this? Like when was this cataclysmic event, or does time not work the same in the elemental planes?
After Earl Grey, like
Okay.
before now.
Yeah, before now.
Okay.
There's a good question. That happened at that point on the material plane, but does time act differently on the elemental planes?
planes, yeah, this we don't know.
Okay.
So I mean, hang on. I don't want to talk out loud.
No, go. You can ask questions.
I want to ask a question afterwards as well.
I know, right?
So okay, so
Differently
really,
coloured vegetables is the thing.
maybe it wasn't clear enough, but the whole idea with this world building thing is that it's not supposed to be
Collaborative.
explicitly collaborative, right? So you're not supposed to influence the other person or make other suggestions to the other person.
Okay.
You can ask questions and like clarifying questions, but it's up to you to say what the answer is.
Okay. Then let me ask the question. When this does spill onto the prime material plane, how is that manifested? Is that like storms and volcanoes and stuff, or is it like a portal opening to other dimensions, or what does that look like?
I'd imagine that they're actually the same thing. That the portals randomly opening and closing would manifest as erupting volcanoes,
Okay.
tidal waves.
So like it's especially like intense magical fighting on the plane of air might set off a storm, like a hurricane or something, and like on the plane of fire, like a earthquake or a volcano or something.
Volcano erupting. That
Just
sort of
imagine
thing.
like war in the airplane is just like war in the airplane. It's
Does it
just
have
a,
snakes?
No.
it's just well,
Too many
well,
elementals
in
on
the
this.
air dash plane is just like a whole bunch of clouds fighting.
Yeah, this cloud just drifting through each other.
to very dramatic music.
Bitch, you don't sleep with my man. You done interspersed molecules.
Watch it, I'm gonna precipitate.
So Billy, you also get to choose a period or an event or a scene that centers around the defeat of the Undying One releasing a corrupting wave.
That's actually where I got my inspiration. Is listening to you talking about that last time, and knowing my own character's backstory. I don't think time flows similarly on the prime material as it does in the elemental planes.
Okay.
So I would take that then, the corrupting wave, that the orcs and the sleepy curse and the moon that's broken, might have been something that turned sensitive.
Okay, but so let's
Sensitive elementals.
so then assume you now get one extra. You still get to create a period, an event, or a scene.
Wait, I had a question.
Sorry, you had a question.
About just like the time span of the period. Like I know you said they don't have it end, but maybe could you say that period is where it was intense, the most intense, and then like it's still there but not as intense or something like that.
Yeah, I guess what defines that period?
Yeah.
I think what defines that period is more the commencement of hostilities rather than the cessation thereof.
Okay.
Seeing as how time is not a factor that is that materializes similarly on all the planes, the assumption is that there was peace beforehand and balance and harmony, and then something broke that, and that's the war of the elemental corruption.
Okay. Well, I guess if you want to double your things for one period, that's I guess okay.
All right.
If you can't think of a period or event or a scene to do around that, then I guess that's fine. It's up to you.
Well, I'm thinking that this should then become an event in
Did you want to put your milk in the fridge?
this period.
It's okay.
No, so this happened at this period.
I drink
So
this.
as the Undying One
Oh,
was
sorry.
killed, a wave of corrupting force was released.
Can't we say that wave of corrupting force hit the elemental
It's
plane,
then.
Sure.
but that it only comes across on the material plane later, whereas
Yeah.
on the elemental
So
plane
don't-
it's in the same kind
So
of
don't
time.
think about the elemental planes at all. Just think in the material plane, in this chronological timeline,
What happened?
this thing happened.
Yes.
There's the war of we describe this period of the war of elemental corruption because this is when the material plane first started having ramifications of these like elemental strifes manifesting.
Yes.
Right. So this is the start. We haven't decided what happens.
Yes.
But we call this period like the Second World War or whatever. This is the war of elemental corruption. So you can optionally, I guess, if you want, still create another period, another event, or another scene.
I'm just going
Of
to tear this
anything.
open.
It just has to be related to this wave of the corruption and the consequences of that wave of corruption. So we know the moon exploded. So you could add another period, you could add an event within the war if you want that describes maybe in a little bit more detail,
How the corrupted.
or something that happens in the war of elemental corruption.
Because I want to use this corrupting wave. I want to use it. So if I do a blue envelope, what do you call these again?
Yeah, that's an event.
An event. If I do an event that relates to that, should I put it under the
It can
Undying
happen-
One's
It
defeat?
can happen anywhere, right? Because so this is a period that relates to that. So as long as it thematically relates to this, it can happen any time
Right.
in the time
So what-
frame.
Then what I want to then have happen is the event of the turning of, let's call them the innocent ones, when the wave of corrupting evil, when it hit the elemental planes. So it went farther than the prime material.
Okay.
And that event then, you can say that the wave of corrupting energy reached into the elemental
the material
planes.
plane the prime material. I like that.
Picking up on, yeah.
I think that's
I
an
think
official
actually
term
that's,
somewhere. Yeah.
I think it's an
Oh, that's
official.
an official term. Oh, I think you made that up, but I'm going to change it anyway.
So you can write an event. So I would say that event happens under this period, right?
Alright,
But
yeah.
the consequences are only felt.
I only
there.
felt there. Yeah.
So write the event as now something a little bit more specific happening.
Okay. So
Do you want me to give you an example of an event, right? An event is something specific that happens during a period, like a great battle or a festival. While the period encompasses everything that happens across a large span of time, an event describes what happens at a particular time and place. The literal length of the event is not important. Some events may seem long, others may seem short. So you decide when it is, you describe the event, and you say whether it is light or dark. So it's similar to a period.
all right.
So the examples they give, on the next player's turn, he says, I'll make an event in this Lords of Shadow period. A warrior prince who's a direct descendant of High King Ulrich's sneaks into the castle of a shadow-tainted duke to rescue his sister, who the duke has captured and plans to wed. The prince and princess had both been in hiding and they had escaped corruption. The event is dark. Oh right, the prince tries valiantly, but he's discovered and slain. His sister does not escape. So the event is like, you say, what happened. You don't have to go down into the nitty-gritty of like the scenes, but it's like the Battle of the Bulge, or like the siege of Stalingrad. The Allies surrounded the town. There was a long siege. It ended with everyone dying, but the siege was ultimately successful. You know, so you give a little bit of detail for
A little bit of detail for that.
Or like the fire plane is hit by the wave and
Both are destroyed.
and like all fire elementals merge into the one Decker fire elemental as a consequence. You know,
As a
like,
consequence. All right.
Like the deck of fire elemental.
So I
there
would
are only 10 fire elementals.
all 10 of them. I want to say that this corrupting wave hit the elemental plane of air during the festival of harmony.
Cool.
Of
So
what?
you guys were
Harmony.
Harmony, okay. I thought you just said Harmon. It's like what? Like Dan Harmon?
I don't know who that is. And
Creator of Rick and Morty.
don't care. Names, people names. Don't
Harmon Quest.
care. Don't care.
Community.
Don't know. What was I saying?
Festival of Harmony.
Fuck this, let's just load up Netflix.
The wave of corruption hit during the Festival of Harmony in the air.
on the plane of elemental
Plane of
air. On the plane of air.
I'd like to think that the air elementals were like dancing around like Smurfs.
The air elementals were having some kind of dancey, festival-y vibe, much like
It's a flappy.
traditional Chinese festivals would be like the New Moon Festival or something.
One of those like really long guitars which high pitched.
Yeah. People running around with a duk or a kopa pretending to be a dragon or something. Dragonite.
Except it's air elementals pretending to be humans.
Yes, or something silly like that.
Look at me, I've got legs.
Well, we can write what that festival really is about into being later. But what happens then, as the corrupting wave hits the festival, we say that it's at a highlight at a temple on the air elemental plane, where what we would on the prime material call psychic or sensitive individuals. In the air elemental plane, you have the innocents come together and forecast another century of peace or something like that. And at that moment, the wave of corruption hit. Half of the sensitives or half of the innocents went insane.
It's good. That's a great event. Write it down, summarize it in there, and then choose a theme.
That's a great event.
So, Okay, and then Phil, I'm going to give you these cookies.
To mark the towns.
Not to
and
peg
things.
you. But yeah, so
Peg you
what's it called? Like put him in a
on the spot.
typecast him.
Oh, right.
What is that word with a peg?
Yeah. You're right.
Peg hole
Yeah,
you or pigeonhole
Pigeonhole.
you.
There we go.
Peg hole you. Not to peg hole you, Bill.
But
Pegging is a thing.
Buy me a drink first.
Okay, so
Also, why is Damien pegging you?
he's peg holing me. So Phil is going to draw on the map for us.
Yes,
Unless
I
you
draw
wanna
where
draw
the
yourself.
towns and shit are.
So we've established that there's this place, Thomas, where the humans were turned into orcs. We've established the town of Aurora. There's the nameless town that you created.
From the sea, yeah.
And I think those are the only.
No, there's something happening.
And then there's those two places. So I'm just going to move these now. I know where your one is, Billy, so don't worry about that. But we have the map here.
And I'm the photographer.
And
Yes,
Phil
you
is
are.
the photographer.
You've got the pens.
Yes.
So if you guys want to choose where your things happen, so Thomas, you said that there was the defeat of the Undying One releases the way of turning humans into orcs. So this is the map. That's El Gozres, where you guys start. Here is the big forest, so you know like the epicenter was probably somewhere over there.
Okay.
The rest is sea, and then the rest is basically just open for interpretation.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
I love your mountains, by the way. Like,
Mountains.
the use of perspective is wonderful.
Always compliments me on my good mountains.
Were they?
After your question, I have a question.
Sorry. Okay. Were they there before the epicenter? Before the event?
Well, the thing.
The humans.
The mountains.
The mountains.
I think they
Yes.
were.
The mountains were there. This is what the Undying One wanted to come in through here to get to here.
Okay.
And so her army was amassed here, and then that was when she was defeated.
So I think when the epicenter happened, it was kind of like the clouds. You know when we used to play in Fred Hook, and then the clouds used to like pour down over the mountain. Like I imagine that like some of it went out to sea, some of it went over here, and then some of it got like funneled down here, and that's like where most of that shit happened. But I think probably there was a settlement here that got like a mountain settlement that got doused in the bad shit.
So you put them like somewhere over here.
Somewhere like here, like.
Okay. Phil, do you want to draw? Or
Yeah.
do you want to draw, Thomas? It's up to you.
You just point.
Phil has the cookies.
Okay. Do you want to draw like an orc's face over there? Or how do you want to represent it? Okay, an orc's...
Something aggressive and fangy.
Orcish. Orcian.
Okay, and then Robbie, you had the nameless city that was revealed, so presumably this has to be somewhere along the coast.
Coastline, yeah.
It's a very good impromptu org.
It makes sense for it to be here. This is the lay of the land. The bathe.
Okay, that's big enough, please.
Sorry.
Okay, there's the orc.
Yeah.
Okay, those are like the orc lands, maybe not just the village, because that's a bit big. Okay, so then there's a nameless village.
Where's the
Robbie-
nameless village?
Robbie, where's the nameless village?
The one that sees the city rise from the sea.
The nameless sea, right? What was
No.
it called? The nameless city.
The nameless city, the one that rises from the sea.
Yes.
Yep. That was it.
So it's in the it's back under ocean.
I think I'm just gonna make a dot.
Yeah. Is it now back under the ocean?
No, some of it is still exposed.
Okay, so yeah, make a dot and then just write like NC from nameless city.
I'll use red for
To
names.
use red.
Red is the mountain color.
I know, but there's no other color. We don't have orange.
Okay, and then
Actually.
And then Phil, you had the
Burp souls.
Dwarf Rock City and
Yes.
Salt Lick
Okay.
City.
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake
Okay.
City.
The mountain city is like
Can't have them all with him.
in here,
Okay.
and the I'm gonna make what's it called again?
Dwarf Rock City.
Okay, I'm gonna write it in blue because the mountains are red.
DRC.
That is so intentional. And
Then
then
Salt Lick City. Thank you.
Salt Lake City.
Oh wow! All right.
Over here, yeah, that's a nice little
Cold.
outshot. And then that's
Salt Lake City actually has salt on it. Like little bits of salt.
Salt Lake City.
Okay, cool. I need to write down
And-
one of these.
Can I draw the trade route between them? It's just a line.
Sure, in black.
Because
Well, actually, no, leave it for now. I'll make sure
just
they connect.
dot.
Don't worry, I'll make sure they connect.
Something's going to happen.
Well, just... Oh, yeah. Not bad.
because I literally just want to like just a few dots just to join that.
I'll let you do it maybe by the end of the session.
Okay.
Patience. Still patience.
But I don't have
Okay.
Everyone used every mug except the Tommy mug.
The what mug?
There's a mug that says Tom.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely did that at
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
and
I
then-
just like mugs that are not coloured.
Okay, so that's enough world building for now, I think.
Wait, Aurora.
Oh
Aurora.
yes, Aurora, the sleeping town.
Yes. So obviously it was hit by where with the epicenters here.
There, somewhere, yeah.
So
So it was hit there. We know, well, we don't know when Dwarf Rock City was built, right?
yeah.
So that could have been after the...
Yes. But I'm just thinking now, like geography wise, where would like a nice place to be, just like a small secluded place with a lot of sleeping people inside of it.
What about on the island?
Huh?
What about on the island?
No, I just wanted to be like, because island, you would think, oh, people would go there. Like, I just want somewhere like out of the way,
In the middle of nowhere.
in the middle of nowhere.
Literally in the middle.
Will you write AZ for Aurora Sleeping City?
ASZ.
AZ.
But Aurora Sleeping City, that's
ASZ,
ASC.
that's fine. But you
Oh,
know,
the sleeping city.
Yeah.
Can I get you on another tea on that?
You can make me a tea this
can I have
time.
one of those
Well,
grapefruit
I
ones?
wasn't expecting anyone to actually want tea. Just being polite, never mind.
Thank you. Okay, so we are recording, right? Good.
Yes.
What do you want?
So let's get back to the story at hand.
Do you have just whiteboards? Yes. Yes. Do you have a cup?
I don't.
Do you have a glass?
I don't. I have a glass.
Oh wait,
Pass me
do you
a
have Earl Grey?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I will have
We
that.
got it specifically for you. Dad. So last game. It's been a while, so let's recap. You guys emerged from the forest, as you recall, near to the lumberyard, where you found it presently under attack from a bunch of skeletal doodads.
Wait, are we playing the game now?
We're back to the game now.
Oh, okay, so we're not doing
We're back in
history.
town.
No, we're back in town.
Let me get my dice.
Get your dice out, get your shit out.
Can you pass me my dice as well, please?
You can have the whole thing.
Ooh, girl.
David,
Yes.
which tea would you like?
Can I have the orange one, or whatever it's called?
Sure. The ruby orange fruit flavored infusion.
That
Oh,
one.
man. If you drink that, you become
Where are my
more.
dice?
It's the pinkest of pink drinks.
I don't know.
They're usually in this bag. I don't move them.
Billy?
Yes?
What tea would you like?
What's in your hand?
Ruby Orange Fusion.
Can I have one of those,
Oh,
please?
there it is.
Thank you very much.
I did not use them.
What's that?
I'm putting these back over there first.
I put them there so that you would eat them, and I wouldn't.
No, I've eaten too many. Okay, so you guys had battled these skeletal creatures. There's one particularly big one. After a number of hits, a bit of almost death, some dropping of statues somewhat unsuccessfully, you came to the conclusion that these things did have some sort of regenerative abilities, but hitting them enough seemed to
Just gonna beat the shit out of them.
yeah, beating the shit out of them, and then they stopped moving. I think,
If in doubt, hit them all.
Crack, did you scoop up some into a vial or something, right?
Somewhat.
Yes, you
Some
did.
of the undead bone fragment remnants.
Oh, yes, no. I'm super interested in that.
So
That's how it works.
you managed to save Eric, Merrick, and Derek.
Yes.
Well done, guys.
They owe us sexual favors now.
They do owe you sexual favors. Remington, who's the lumberjack owner, the poncy one, he ran away back towards the village. As did one of the skeletons that disappeared in that general direction, but then you guys couldn't find it. By this stage, it's pretty dark, and the sort of the commotion. I think Merrick went back and called his mother, and brought her back along with the sheriff and the mayor. They were slightly shocked at what the F was going on, and we all went back to Time Rosemary Bouquet's chapel and had an emergency meeting where it was you guys, it was Idrindris, the town sheriff, it was Olver, the mayor, and it was Ergon, the druid. You guys explained to them, they were quite perplexed at the explanation, but you explained to them the situation, and you made a bit of a strategy around what to do. It was agreed that you guys would leave immediately in pursuit of Goward to try and reclaim the shard, while the rest of the town would begin to prepare their defences. After some discussion with your party, it was agreed that Idrindris would train Merrick, Eric, and Derek as town guards. That Ergon would habitually prepare a feast for them and for some of the town members to help fortify them, I guess. So he would use his spells to get a hero's feast. And then Idrindris left to say that he is going to go and get Merrick, Derek, and Eric and begin the training. Olver said he's going to go and inform the rest of the town. And I think it was Idrindris mentioned to you, requested of you that before you leave, could you maybe go and speak to the Smith, head one Smith? I guess because you guys are the only ones that can speak sign language to him, because maybe he might also be able to assist. So you guys are now in the chapel. Olver's left, Idrindris left, Ergon's left. As Ergon left, I think he slapped your ass or something, Crack. Right?
He gave us flowers.
Yeah, he gave you a flower, that's right.
Oh, okay.
How's that the same as slapping her ass?
It's an old school ass slap.
It's an old school ass slap.
So yeah, you guys are now
It's
in.
like romantic.
You guys are in the chapel. It's not late at night, but it's definitely dark. What do you guys do next?
Should we speak?
I think we've probably slept already, haven't we?
Yeah, but is it late at night? So
So it's not late, but it's night now, right?
okay, so
People are still up. You can see there's lights on in the houses. There's candles. There's a few people walking around. Most people don't seem to have realized anything is up. You guys can sort of look out. You can see shadows moving and things, but it is dark.
so we want to eventually try to find Goward. Or no, but we don't know where to start looking for him.
Well, we know roughly a direction, right?
Yeah. Do we have to speak to a sign language person?
We should go and talk to the.
Yeah,
The Smith, Hebron
the
Smith,
Smith,
he
yes.
speaks sign language, and I think it was you, Crack, spoke, and maybe you, God,
I think
spoke
so.
sign language.
Or was it me? I can't remember.
I think basically all of you guys ended up wanting to be able to speak sign language.
We're all super like inclusive in this
Yeah.
country party.
Can I bother you with the
I
Wi-Fi
think-
password?
Baldagar passed out.
I can.
'cause He's definitely not.
It's Joseph Crea, JOSEPHCREA, all one word.
Nice.
Who is Joseph Crea?
He was the American that was staying with us last week.
Oh,
the week
okay.
before. And up until then, we'd only ever had Mac filtering, so we were like, what's an easy password for him to remember?
Your name.
Now I think we kind of have to change it every time we have someone.
Every time we have a guest, yeah. It'll be a good like Wi-Fi password security to routinely change it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Just all one word.
all one word, all lowercase.
All lowercase.
JOSEPHCREA.
I thought you were saying Kruger properly. I was like, I'm very impressed. But no, you weren't.
Okay, so you guys are going to go to the Smith.
Yes, I think we should go to the Smith.
Okay, let's go to the Smith.
Oh,
Is everyone with us?
I think everyone is with you. Beldegar, are you still awake or have you passed out?
I'm probably still passed out. I think I went and had drinks.
Baldagar.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
So
so let's
Beldegar
start.
veers off and goes and has drinks.
Okay, should we just find Baldagar?
You want to find Beldegar before going to the Smith.
Well, let's just go to the Smith. I think we're just going to tell the Smith something.
I think.
But it seems more urgent, really. And Beldegar's could be pissed plenty of times.
Yeah, and that, but I mean, it's like, it's not important for him to be there. That I can think of.
Okay.
So not that inclusive.
So you guys get
Well, he's
towards the
excluding
smithy.
himself, though.
Oh, okay.
You get towards the smithy. It's a pretty simple building, and you see Hebron is busy there, like wrapping up for the evening, putting things away, dampening down the fire. Crack and Garlick and Time. He sees you all coming, and like, his face lights up, and he gestures in his sign language, "Hello to you." Hello. And he's like, "Back from the forest."
It's like,
You back from the forest?
like I'm not even going to pretend like I know sign language.
It's so funny.
Yes.
Yes, a lot of shit has been going down.
Oh, what? Tell me more.
Shit's been going down.
Damn.
What shit? Tell me more.
Well, they were fairies, and it turned out that they were. Hang on, let's recap. So,
Okay, tell me more.
well, it started with these two strangers from town who stole a book. Did you ever see them when they were around?
Go and go.
Yeah, no, they were like the younger one was all right, but the older one was a bit of a prick. Anyway, so he went into the forest, and then we went after him.
Yeah.
Showing off. Because he stole some of Rosemary Time Bouquet's books.
Yes.
Went missing, and his brother was worried. So we went in to have a look. And it turned out that he was being a bit of a prick there and all. And he like raided a tomb and stole a precious artifact, and now the dead are rising from their tombs, and fairies are exploding into flower petals, and it's a whole thing.
So while you're sign languaging this, because it's kind of weird, he's constantly getting you to like repeat and like re-clarify what you're saying.
And I'm like,
because like dead rising, like dead walking, what? Like
no,
dead what? Like being carried? What?
no.
So he seems a bit confused, but he's like nodding ahead.
So basically, well, we were gonna come by here anyway because we need some stabby things to stab the bad things with. But we were told on the way out that you wanted to see us.
He's like, no, I didn't want to see you.
No, we had to tell him and ask him if he maybe could help or something.
Oh, that's the one. All right.
Sorry.
He collapsed.
So while you guys are
Such method acting.
while you guys are signing with Hebron, you do see his assistant Lyra, the wiry little girl, who's busy like cleaning things. She's pretending not to listen, but you can see she's definitely like, well, not listen. She's pretending not to eavesdrop, but it's quite easy because she can see you guys, and she's looking quite.
Do I see her looking at
Intently.
us?
Yeah, it's not difficult.
Perception check. Wait, is his name Hebron?
His name is Hebron Smith, and her name is Lyra.
Are you scribing this?
I'm making notes.
So Hebron looks around and he's like, well, you know, usually I only make like hose and sides and what have you, but let me have a look at what I've got. And he sort of rummages through and he's like, well, so I have some metal here. I could probably make, after a bit of assessment, he says, I could make you maybe six swords or 6 shields or a combination of any of those. It'll take me about a day to make each one. But
Okay.
if you want, I can make those.
Well, we've got the 3 twins, who are basically the town's entire fighting force.
Probably give them.
So
I mean
say
the triplets.
the triplets. Thank you. I was just thinking, like, hang on, 3 twins.
Twins. I was like, 3 pairs of twins?
That's 6. That's 1 sword each.
3 pairs of twins. Take a moment.
Ooh, that's a very interesting threesome.
6
ew.
of them.
Ew.
Philip is saying this, not time.
But
Well, this time is asexual, if
But
I
you could
remember
have every
correctly.
combination. Like if you had 3 sets of twins, then like each of them could have a different partner, and thus be like.
Okay, let's not talk about triplet
sorry.
sex twin.
Not in front of Lyra. Lyra is underage and very impressionable.
Is she? Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I'm
Well,
assuming.
you don't know, you're not here.
No.
Anyway, yes. Basically, what's happening is we're creating a militia for the protection of the town against all of the like. So anything you can make for us would be great. I think probably swords and shields for 3 people would be grand.
He said, okay, very good. I can make
Not,
I can make
not,
the-
for-
you'll
not
make
for
the-
everyone here.
Not
he'll
from
make 3
Garlic.
shields. He'll make 3 swords. He can make them pretty good and strong. He'll get Lyra to stoke the flames, and he'll make the swords extra strong. Should be quite good and sharp.
Make the strong sword.
You see Lyra sort of like rolls her eyes at this.
Oh,
Starts
Lyra.
opening the fire again.
Lyra, let me ask you a question.
She's like, you're what? What?
Do you want to be eaten in the face by zombies?
She says, no, I don't. But come with me after you've done with him. I'll be around back.
Not now, Lyra.
And she sort of disappears behind the
Spawns a
smithy.
mushroom.
And like, I just heard that last bit of conversation, I was just like,
Hebron doesn't hear anything because he's deaf. He just thinks Lyra's going around the back, and he starts getting his things together.
Okay, Hebron, are we good?
I'll get started right away. It's a bit late now, but I'll start as soon as first thing tomorrow morning. Need to
Okay.
stoke the fires again and get them hot. You're welcome.
That's thank you, right?
That's thank you. Yeah.
Thank
And you're welcome.
Aww.
Okay.
can I just say thank you?
And then I'm gonna,
It's
like,
not this one.
I don't even say thank you.
all right, we're gonna go scuttle off after Lyra.
We're going to go scuttle around the back of the line.
Okay.
When
So-
you've got
Well,
an
well,
accent.
well,
So the outside-
Okay, so it's just you and Lyra, so not us. Where are we?
Who's going?
no, come with
No,
me.
we're coming.
Okay, so the
Oh,
three
do you
of
want us to come with? This is not some secret rendezvous.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Look, it was
Rendezvous with
Because it
box
sounded
box
very suspicious when I caught the last bit of that conversation.
So Lyra's out in like the workyard where there's like bits of scrap metal and shit, and it's like quite bare. And she's picking up some pebbles, and she's like, I hate stoking the flame. But you want to arm the town, you say?
Well, I mean, stoking the flame is sort of an integral part of smithing, so I would have thought that would have come naturally.
Hebron can do it without me, but I've got better skills.
What skills
And
do you have?
She takes one of the stones, and you see she holds it like this, and she waves her hand, and you see like the air starts to shimmer around, and then after a few seconds, the stone begins to glow a little bit orange, and then it gets brighter and brighter and brighter until it gets white hot. And as she does this, she's bringing her hands together until she's cupped the stone completely. She stays there for a minute.
Is it a diamond?
And then she opens her hand, and now the stone is no longer orange. And she proffers it towards you, and she says, oh, careful, take that, throw it. Go on, throw it.
Is it like hard?
Alright,
It's not hot, it's cool to the touch, it's just a stone.
alright, fair enough. And then Crack will throw it at a nearby and it's rural, so I'm assuming there's a hay bale or something nearby.
Or tree.
Okay.
I throw it at a hay bale.
So you throw it at the hay bale.
I'm a druid, we like trees.
The whole hay bale erupts in flames. Like the stone explodes and the whole hay bale, as soon as it makes contact, erupts in flames.
Oh hell, we'll take 400,
As
please.
you can see that she's like quite exhausted. Like there's sweat drenching her face.
Yeah,
but she has
I
this,
don't think she'll
she
do
has this
400.
huge manic grin on her face. Nonetheless, and she's like, oh,
How did you do that?
That's a talent.
I don't know. It really takes a lot out of me, but I can.
We'll put it back in.
If
Well,
if you get me out of stoking the flames, well, I could work on this and maybe make something.
well, I think us going to look for Gower, that could come very useful.
That's very handy. I could do with some exploding stones.
well, can only really make one a day at the moment.
Oh, no,
But let me practice. Let me practice. I promise you, I can make more.
no, I think practicing would be good. And then if you practice, and then you can like help out the resistance and stuff.
And you'll talk to Hebron about this, eh?
Well, not physically talk. No,
Oh, ha, ha. You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean because I speak
Okay.
sign language.
And she sort of like goes, oh, thank you, and she goes skipping off.
Finding
Okay.
stones.
But-
And she's like, oh, let me get some good ones, and she starts looking through
So
the stones.
are
like
we
the right.
Skippable
gonna
stones.
bring her along for a bit to find Gower?
Oh no, I think she's fine here. She's like,
Wait, what is she expecting though? That's what I'm like.
He just doesn't want to stoke the flame.
Okay.
She wants
She wants to play with rocks.
She wants an excuse to
Fine.
like practice her sorceress talents or whatever.
Okay.
She wants to get her rocks off.
So maybe we can
Literally.
get what's it? Luren.
Lyra.
No, the other. Who's in charge of the three triplets?
The Drindris.
Dangerous.
Drindris, the sheriff.
That's a rod you played for your own
I
back.
know.
What? Idindris.
Drindris.
Idrindis.
Almost.
Close enough.
Okay.
Edwindris. He's
I
the
just wrote
sheriff.
Idridris.
Yeah.
It was
Anyway, we can probably tell Idrindris,
The
like
sheriff.
the sheriff that there is sheriff. That Lyra can do this and it can work out to be really helpful.
Well, we're gonna have to tell someone, but we should probably get a consent before we start spreading secrets around. Because I gather this is not like common knowledge.
Okay, where did she go?
So you guys would remember in the character creation, she accidentally burned down the barn of her parents playing with fire magics, and that's why she was sent to Hebron to like assist him and be somewhere a bit safer, because she was seen as a bit of like liability potentially.
A loose
Having killed her parents.
a loose cannon.
Okay.
Did they
She
die?
didn't kill her parents.
Wait, so is it like rumors the town kind of knows that she plays with fire?
Yeah, they all kind of know why she's there. They all know that Dawn was a light, and they know she has these powers because she like.
Okay, so
Powers
people,
the flame.
so people know that
Oh,
she
she
has
stokes
those
the
powers.
flame with her magic.
Yeah, and that's how it gets super hot, and that helps Hebron
Okay, so
make
all-
better swords.
okay.
Okay, so her magic is common knowledge.
Oh, so
Um,
so it's not. It's going to be a trade-off then. Like if she works on on the things, then the swords will be better. But if she doesn't, then she can make those
these
like
stone
magic
things.
stones. Okay, well that's also a different color. Can we talk to her again?
Sure. She hasn't skipped quite out of range.
Lyra!
She's busy looking
Lyra!
for the stones. She's looking for good stones.
Lyra, come in.
I found some good ones.
Hi. Well, okay. So I get that you're excited, and I'm very excited for you. This is lovely. However,
You're not gonna let me do it, are you?
well, listen, we not your parents. Oh God, bad topic. We not the bosses of you. We not in charge of you. You are your own woman. So the choice is really up
So
to you.
she's like 12 or so.
Oh.
She's the own
She's a
girl.
girl. She's a girl.
All of this information would have been great before we had
You
started
know.
this conversation. Okay.
Nobody would have
So
blamed
she
me.
needs you to tell Hebron that she's not going to assist you, that she's doing something else. If you tell Hebron that, then she can get away with this.
Lyra, do you promise you're going to be safe?
I'm always safe.
Lyra-
I haven't burnt myself yet.
Lyra, do you promise?
And buildings?
I promise. I can't promise that I'll keep the haystack safe.
No more throwing them, we need them.
Yeah, just make them
She
small.
threw them.
That's true.
She threw them. She threw them.
This gender me.
I think you must make your voice a little like lighter. Like,
She threw
like,
there.
girl,
I'm not good at girl.
I'm a
voices.
12-year-old girl.
So that was Think Soprano.
These tight underpants.
Listen, crack is always going to sound like this. Go nuts. Gender expression is its own bag.
And I'm a guy anyway, but I'm like a wee little light.
You're literally
Probably
named after
related.
flowers.
Several kinds of herbs.
Anyway, just for God's sake, like, promise me you're going to be safe. And if you can help Hebron sometimes. Oh, take care of yourself, girl, eh?
Okay, bye.
Fuck!
Wait, what just happened?
I think I just encouraged the 12-year-old to go start fires.
Yep.
She goes back to finding good stones.
But we need
okay,
those stones.
So then it's on you to tell Hebron.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Hi, Hebron.
Okay, we'll all go
What can I do
inside.
for you?
I fucked up.
Oh dear. What now? What now?
Okay, well, you know that your assistant, Lyra,
Yes.
well, you know she's got these fire powers, right? And
Thank you.
she may have asked us if we thought that she should practice and help the war effort that way, and we may have said yes. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It just kind of came out. I apologize.
He says, after I says, it's fine.
Shit.
He stops, he's like, looks at you for a while, and he goes, it's fine.
Are you upset?
No, I'm fine.
Inside check.
And he turns his back to you.
Oh.
Can I inside check?
Yeah, sure.
Does he have a nice bum?
He's a smith, he always...
Natural one.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine AF. Then Bluestone.
So I'll tap him on the shoulder before you go. It's like, I'm sorry, you have every right to be upset.
Not upset.
But I promise I'll make it up to you when we get back.
Fine. Love you too, stay well.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, was it thank
You're
you?
welcome.
Thank you.
Garlick's
Why do I keep
Please,
going
you're
like
welcome,
this?
You're welcome. Okay.
Rub your nipples, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay.
You're so welcome.
Rub your engorged cloaca.
I haven't.
You know when the room goes quiet.
Huh?
You know when the room just goes quiet.
Okay, so what is your guys' plan? You have gone to the inn and pass out.
Yes.
Okay, we go to the inn to find him.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta go pick
There's
up.
Beldegar passed out on the table.
Balagar, wake up!
Shouldn't we all go have a
Oh,
Ow!
That is
You're
such
still
a
quite-
very
You're still quite heavily damaged.
I think I could
Is
feel
he
my
alive?
mistake though.
That's fine.
we are gonna go sleep now.
Yeah, because I'm.
You're waking me up to tell me you're going to go to sleep.
I'm
Yes.
waking
We're
you
telling
up.
you our plans.
I'm waking you up
Oh, okay.
so we can give you some water so you can sober up, you old lush. Get a good night's sleep, and then we're gonna leave in the morning. You coming with?
Where are we going?
To find Garwood.
Yes.
To save
I don't
the
know where
world.
we're starting.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, sure.
We're going downward.
Yes.
Do we know if someone in the town does have a map of like the general area?
I probably do because I have a store. And I
You
will
have-
give it to you.
you have this much
for
of a
money.
map.
Okay, but like, okay, I was starting like, oh, we go to someone to look at this.
Yeah,
I can fly.
Could
Yeah,
you
yeah.
by chance
Good,
give
but-
yourself the map? and then allow
I
us
want to
borrow
look
it?
further
Oh.
away than you can
Yeah.
fly at the moment.
So,
So we just fly there.
Garlic, you would have like a very basic, probably old map.
Okay.
I got one on the wall.
Okay, so we came from there. So would we assume Goward went this way?
That's the only way out.
Yeah,
of that
go on.
valley.
Okay, Goward went this way.
Very defensive.
Where is the academy?
Wait, which way is this way?
I'm pointing to a map.
Can you give me the black, please?
Yes.
I,
You mean away from the woods?
I think Garlick.
Yes, away from the woods.
Through the mountains?
I'm gonna say.
Oh.
So that's the capital of Tyre. Down there.
Is it Hubcap?
What is
That's how it makes
this?
it the capital.
What is this expansive space?
We don't really know yet.
Oh, okay.
There's various there's little cities and towns and stuff, but for most of you it's incomprehensible. It's
And
just,
remember,
it's just
guys,
names on a map, right?
When you say
just remember, there is a trade route, like
Yeah.
a line, road thing.
we know.
The Silken Road.
So you can see, I guess, that there's dots going down here,
And then the dots just end.
and then there's
Just snow.
At the point of no
And just
return.
so much snow.
so there's a
The
road
continent of snow.
that goes up there. There's a road that goes like that. then
And a
there's
road from
a
there.
road
Oh.
that goes and and then there's also a road that goes like that, and then there's a road that goes like that.
Cool. Okay, but this is the main road. Up there like that, and for some reason it goes 90-degree turn, 90-degree turn.
There's a canyon or something.
Yeah. Well, in ancient times, a mule broke down, and then they had to
Go
I don't know
around.
where I was going with
90-degree turn, 90-degree
it.
turn.
Exactly. They got
It's
extremely
like
lost.
whoever planned this highway.
There was a very
Yeah.
strong wind that day. Okay, so right, let's go to bed. But before we go to bed, can I just ask the party, as crack, where if we were maniacal relic hunters and we were going to potentially end the world, where would we go?
I would go show off to the people who are rude to me.
I was about to say that.
In the academy entire.
Yes.
That's where I would go.
Most likely.
The Royal Arcane Academy.
That's the one.
The RA.
The place with the books and
The
things.
RAA.
Okay, yes. So,
So you guys are all going to bed.
and are we still level 3?
You are still level 3 at the moment. Garlic, I need you to make me a perception check, please.
Can I borrow a D20?
Also, can I sort anyone out with dessert?
For
Or shall we leave it for
Okay.
another time?
a break, yeah.
Can you explain to me where you usually sleep, Garlic?
I sleep above my shop
Okay.
in a pile of pillows and
Okay.
stuff
So
that smells like old people.
you guys all go to bed. You sleeping there. Crack.
Oh, I'm enjoying sleeping in a bed.
Okay.
Usually it's just moss.
So which bed are you sleeping in at the end?
Yeah.
Okay. With Beldegar passed out.
I mean,
what
I
does he
enjoy
go for
moss.
bed?
Yeah, well, I'm going to the
Baldagar's.
chapel.
So you go to the chapel and
Chapel
have
of love.
have a sleep
Balthazar
and a
sleeps
pray.
under bridges. He doesn't have.
Yeah, I have a sleep and a pray, and I just concentrate to maybe see if the gods have any,
Divine inspiration.
divine inspiration for that for what I can expect or look out for when we go this way.
Okay. Sorry, what?
Where do our dice live?
I think
Upstairs in
they're
the cupboard.
Upstairs in the table in the spare room, or they might still be in your bag, or my bag.
It's not more bad,
Garlic.
baby.
God.
So for all of you, the night passes without incident.
Okay, but I don't get nothing from the gods.
You'll get something
Okay,
just now. So the night passes without incident. You, however, you wake up, and even though you don't notice anything, you feel exhausted. Your eyes feel like sandbags. You can barely want to open them, and you just feel absolutely awful and lightheaded.
Oh no.
Under normal circumstances, feeling this bad, you probably would just roll over and continue to sleep, right? However, you now notice that there's something cylindrical in your hand. Opening your eyes and looking down, you see you have a sword in your hand.
As I live and
And
breathe.
it takes you a moment to figure it out because your head is still pretty fuzzy and light, and the sword looks different. But it's that sword that you picked up
A
in
wooden
the tube.
sword.
The one in the skeleton.
skeleton?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Only, you remember there was that fractal pattern
Yeah.
running down the thing. That fractal pattern running up the blade is now flush with a deep crimson. And the blade itself now, once dull, looks sharp and gleaming. turning it over in your hand, it also seems like better weighted and balanced. What was once a dull, pretty shoddily made sword is now a keenly honed, well-balanced weapon.
It's eating me.
It's cursed.
You are exhausted at level 4.
Jesus Louise! Girl, you is fucked!
Wait, at exhaustion level 6 you die.
I think so.
Where do I put
And the
that?
conditions, it's the one at the very bottom. It's fine, I don't need that really.
No,
If you want to.
I want to look up the exhaustion thing.
Hey,
Well, that's
I don't want to be on level 4 exhausted.
How do you react to this?
I like. I'm like, oh shit. And then I go downstairs to my store,
Still holding the sword.
still holding the sword.
Okay, it's like a little bit woozy going down the stairs. You know when you get up too fast and your
Oh.
eyes go black and your vision goes black and you think, oh, I'm going to faint, but you don't.
And then I open my biggest, heaviest chest, and I put my sword inside there, and I close it, and I lock it, and then I drink a healthful draught of some herbish potion that I have in the corridor, and I go try and stagger back to bed.
Okay, so once you've put the sword away and locked it, after a few seconds you notice that the palm of your hand is a little bit wet. And looking down, you see that there's like a steady trickle of blood going down from the palm of your hand and dripping off of your fingers. Inspecting it, you can see that there's like a really small but deep cut on the palm of your hand, just like where one of your veins would be.
What do I do?
You don't feel any pain.
Clever
You didn't
girl.
notice the pain at all. It's just now it's bleeding quite profusely.
Oh shit.
And it doesn't appear to be scabbing over like you would expect.
He does healing magic, doesn't he?
He does.
I'm gonna put my coat on, and I'm gonna stagger up to the chapel. I'm gonna beat on the door.
Okay.
I'll open up
You can heal hemophilia.
What?
And I shove my bleeding palm in his face, and I say, "You're gonna help me."
Okay, do I know what this is?
He's got a cut on his
I've got a
palm.
cut
He's
on my
got a bleeding.
But I'm freaking out. I'm
He has
like,
like, he has like a small but deep cut on his palm.
Like,
Nothing
it's gonna-
too serious.
What did you do?
It's
But
gonna
he does,
kill me.
He does look awful.
You've
though.
gotta
She does
fix
look
me.
awful. She looks awful.
This old
What
garlic
did
lady.
you do?
It's the sword. It's the foolish sword that I stole. If you don't fix me,
Wait, what did the sword do?
it's eating me. Don't ask questions, just heal me.
Okay, do I feel anything suspicious about this cut?
No, it's just quite a neat little cut. It's thin, but it's deep, and it's like quite precisely on a.
Do I know why it's not scabbing over?
Make a medicine check or a nature check, whichever you prefer.
Which
Well, you good medicine woman.
I missed that job.
You said medicine or?
Or nature, whichever you prefer.
Medicine. Because medicine's +4.
Oh.
7.
It was 16 for the briefest of moments.
Oh, dice.
You notice that it's not scabbing, right? So that like it's bleeding.
Okay, this
more
is
than it should.
weird.
Yes, it is weird.
But you notice that it's bleeding less now, right? But
Okay.
it's not scabbing over nicely.
It's gonna eat me.
Can I use a cure wounds on him?
Sure.
Okay, I cast cure wounds on him.
You have to roll that.
What roll hit? He's not trying to dodge me.
No, you've got to roll for your D8.
Oh, that, yeah, D8 plus. Okay, D8 plus 2.
I just heal you. You're just healed.
You are you.
Thank you. All of the healing.
It is now what it is.
8. Because of 6 plus 8. Plus 2 is 8.
So if you're exhaustion level 4, your hit point maximum is halved, Robbie, right?
Okay.
So you,
Which it should automatically do that.
yeah. So what is your max HP at the moment?
I'm on 18, but it hasn't halved it.
All right.
Was it always 18?
It was always 18.
Did you?
So what did you heal them for?
Did
Did I fix it properly? Maybe I didn't do it right.
Scroll to the top. Yeah, it says exhaustion level 4 on there.
Alright, so hit point. Okay, what did you heal them for, Phil?
8.
Okay, so 9 plus 8. So your hit point now is at 17, if you put it at 17.
Okay.
Right, 9 plus 8 is 17, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so your hit point maximum is 70. You feel better,
I feel a bit better.
yeah. I would say your exhaustion is still at level 4.
How's the cut?
The cut slowly closes and you stop bleeding.
Okay, can you go to sleep now?
It's now dawn. It's now dawn. This is basically when you would be waking up anyway.
Gosh, so I used a spell slot already? Fuck you.
To save your friend's life.
Okay, fine, okay, fine.
Die.
Okay,
Nephew,
okay.
what
I don't
you are.
know that
Hang
I
on,
have
hang
a
on.
certain
You are a
mask.
priest. Someone came to you in need in the middle of
Okay.
the night, and you were like, "No, how dare you? How dare you? Go to sleep."
Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, cool. So, yes, let's get everyone at the pub.
I think you guys must go and assemble yourselves and feel free to raid my store to get everything you need, but I'm going to have a little rest here in your house while you do that.
Okay.
A short rest.
Which does nothing to
yeah, so
exhaustion.
exhaustion, it only recovers 1 point every 24 hours. Or longer.
So you have to take a
8
long
hours.
rest.
Yeah.
So for level 4 exhaustion, you have to take 4 long rests.
Wow. Shame.
Well, there's
I'm
magic.
gonna die.
There's magic.
Which we don't have.
Well, no. I mean, you might. Restoration.
Not at the moment. Not greater restoration, isn't it?
I think it might be lesser restoration. I'm not sure.
I don't know
But I
what-
don't have restoration at the moment.
But at the moment,
Wait, I have lesser restoration.
I'm okay. I'm
You're
alright.
okay, right? You're not going to die. You've got 17 hit points after the heal.
Yeah.
No, the
just
conditions
take-
at lesser restoration that I can do is blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay.
It's not exhaustion.
Okay.
yet.
So
you
then
guys,
Let's all agglomerate then in the pub.
okay.
Craig's like, "Oh, morning. There was a.
Cool. Yeah.
Someone give me coffee.
Oh, there we are. Barkeep. Can we have some barkeep? Can we have some coffee, please?"
Right away. How
No.
would you
I-
like your coffee?
So
I would like it Irish, please.
One Irish.
Ireland doesn't exist in this world.
I would like it. Schmurgle, this island.
Do you have moss tea?
I'm sure I could make a plan.
Anything with anything with like lichen in it?
I can't remember.
I
Do
should
I
go look in
drink
the backyard.
with
Oh.
this character?
If it's been like under a
can't
barrel
remember
or
what
something,
it's
that's the
like.
good stuff.
Let's find something to your taste.
The danker the better.
Very
The
good.
better.
Yeah.
And
For
I'll
you,
just
Master Time.
I'll just have a simple ale.
I thought you just wanted water.
This is
Or
early
Water. I don't know what I drink anymore.
You drink milk.
I haven't been myself
Very
for a
good.
very long
Well,
time.
what do you
Okay.
Beer in the morning.
Oh, fuck, it's the morning.
Whatever is half standing around,
So
combine it.
Okay,
Your-
make,
your usual.
make,
Your
make,
usual.
mine, make mine a water because I only realized now that this morning.
Okay. So you guys are in the tavern, getting ready to go.
Oh fuck. Sorry. A greater restoration only reduces the target's exhaustion level by 1.
Yeah.
And that is a 5th level spell. This.
Holy fuck.
Okay.
This evil sword thing.
Yeah.
The sword
Oh, yeah,
followed
so-
you over.
She came to me this morning,
Oh yeah.
cut on her hand, and she told me that her sword is eating
That
her.
sword thing is eating me.
Are you telling us this in this tone of like this bitch?
This bitch doesn't
You
show
don't
up.
respect me.
First
I am
thing.
your elder.
Walks up
okay,
to a
okay.
church
I sound
asking
more-
for
I sound a bit-
sanctuary.
I sound more sincere when time.
Listen, you're grumpy when you
But-
don't have enough sleep.
Okay, she came to me this morning, random cut on her arm, hand. I cured the wound, but
It's gonna
she
be-
told me that her
gonna
sword
eat me.
is eating her.
It's gonna
Does that
eat
sound anything that you've heard of?
Okay, well that sounds.
It's gonna eat
I wish you would stop saying that because that's
It
very,
literally
very
ate me.
creepy. No, I believe you. I believe you, just for my peace of mind.
It did.
Just.
Can we look at the sword?
Do you have it?
I
Do
don't
you
want to go and touch. If I touch it again, it's going to eat me again. You're welcome to go and fetch it. It's in the
Okay,
big chest. in
I
my
will go.
cabinet.
I will go and I will pick
Go,
up
go
the
fetch the chest and bring it
So
here.
Crack will just like stomp, like grabs
It's
like
gonna eat me.
a blanket or something, wraps it around the sword so she doesn't actually like ever physically touch it, and then like
Cool.
stomp, come back down. Like,
So you guys are now in the bottom level of your
No, we're in the
You
tavern.
stayed in the tavern, you went to the shop. Brought it back to the tavern.
Stop, open door.
Okay,
Open door, up the
and
stairs,
meanwhile,
stop.
I'm just like asking Baldagar, okay, so how do you feel this morning?
It's like, Eiko, what's up?
Do you feel more awake than usually?
No.
Okay, so you get back into the
Stop.
you get back into the inn, sword wrapped in a sheet, put it down.
That thing.
What's the deal?
Oh, what's that?
Look,
So you guys can all see now.
look
like
how
the sword
nice and shiny
doesn't
it
look
is.
doesn't look the same. It does look
Okay, so
sharper,
It has
honed
eaten
edge,
me.
and that pattern going up the sword is now like a dark crimson red.
That-
Without casting
That's
detect
pretty.
magic, do I feel anything weird about this sword?
I mean, that's kind of what
No.
detect magic is.
I know, but like,
No, but it looks like a really nice, well-made sword.
Okay,
it
so
looks really nice.
this was a piece of
Really
shit
sharp.
yesterday. Now it's really nice.
And now I'm a piece of shit.
So, cursed?
Cursed.
We agreed cursed, right?
Yeah. Who looks at curses?
I can try.
Clerics.
Well, I'm the cleric, so how do I go
I'm
about
the
looking
cleric.
at so how do I go
I'm
about
the
looking
cleric
at
around
curses?
I think you have to identify or detect murder.
Okay, I'll cast detect magic.
I'm a doctor, not a cleric.
You cast detect magic.
Yes.
You don't detect any magic.
Fuck. Shit.
Well, listen, if you.
But clearly it's still cursed.
Yeah.
'Cause it wasn't this nice before, and then it sucked all of Garlick's blood, and now it's nice.
It's a vampire sword.
I that seems reasonable.
Is this just on this table in front of you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Baldagar looks at it very hard.
We live in a world in which vampire swords are possible,
It's
right?
Can
really
That's
Can
not
I
an
use
Can
a
I
different
read
spell?
There's no runes and no inscriptions on it.
The fractal
Damn it,
pattern
why
doesn't.
did I
Fractal
have
pattern
to
is
use
like
this
pretty clearly like
freaking
a
spell
vein
slot on
pattern
detect magic? I
going
could
up
have
the
used
length
it
of
on
the
detect
blade.
evil and
Now that it's covered,
But detect magic is
now
a
that
ritual.
it's like imbued with your blood, you can see that it's like.
So
a
we just
vein
say that you
going
spent
up the
like
length
10
of the
minutes
sword.
doing detect
Do I
magic.
recognize it?
Yes, but you'd
Uh,
already told us
insight check
that there's no magic,
Insight
so I'm assuming that 10
Arcana?
minutes passed.
Either.
Yeah, but
Whatever's
like you did it
highest.
as a ritual, so it doesn't use a spell slot.
No, but I cast it. Oh wait, a ritual. So
14.
I only use a spell slot when it's in battle.
If it's a ritual, you can use it you can take 10 minutes to cast it, and it doesn't use a spell slot, right?
I don't know, where is that? Possibly? I don't
Out of
know.
initiative, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
so you can
cool.
use it as a ritual.
Yay! Okay, cool.
Congratulations, you have another spell slot back.
Okay.
Garlic,
So
what do you want
it
us to
doesn't
do with it?
identify as magic.
Huh?
It doesn't identify as magic. Make an insight check.
Oh god. Am I good at that? Oh, I am good at that. 14.
When you were carrying it, you didn't notice anything weird about it. There was nothing remarkable about it at all when you had it with you.
Well, I mean, it just seems like a...
You're not cut on your hand either.
Well, I didn't touch it,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I didn't physically touch it, and also I'm not going to.
You better touch it. You gotta say me. Touch it.
Well, I mean...
Just touch it.
Well, this is making me slightly uncomfortable. I don't mind saying. What do you want us to do with it? I mean, if it's cursed, then it's the kind of thing where, like, I imagine if we try chucking it in a river or something, you'd wake up the next night with another hole in your hand, grasping the sword, because that's how these spooky shit works.
We better bring it with us.
So I think we should probably, like, take it to someone who knows how to break curses.
Yeah, because I'm assuming I don't know how to break curses.
Does Shishra, whatever his name is. What's his
The
name?
sheriff,
No, the druid.
Ergon.
Ergon, yeah.
It's just
Shishra. Who's a Shishra?
He might. He's like a powerful druid.
Well, we could take it to him. He's a bit of a prick, but he knows what he's doing.
I don't mind practice as long as I get rid of my sword.
Baldagar is like,
You like get your minds on the gutter. I don't have energy for that. I'm 800 years old and bleeding.
She's all my-
no longer bleeding.
So, who's taking the sword?
Hey.
I want Crap to take it.
Okay.
Grab from the blanket and come with me.
I'm sure he puts it in he wraps it up in his cloth and he takes it with you to Ergon.
We go to Owen.
You guys go to Ergon, you hand it. He's sitting there sort of meditating.
Like,
kind of
hey, druidy guy.
good memory.
Hey,
I
hey,
thought
hey.
you guys would have left by now.
Oh, is it?
This evil magic sword thing that we found that I made.
Okay, do you want me to ring him and
It's
to ask
eating
him
me.
about-
Can you tell me why and how to make it stop?
So he holds out his hands for you to
Like, careful, it's like sharp,
Okay,
my blood.
And cursed.
I'm apparently covered.
It's like,
So he looks at it.
Does he tell you specifically that you need permission to
casts
spray out
a
threats?
few spells on it, and he's like, "Well, it's not cursed. I can tell you that."
So it's just special.
As far as I can tell, it's just a sword. How
Okay,
curious.
cool. I'll ring him just now. I can't get a hold of him, then just pack up. But
It does appear rather alive, though, doesn't it?
Oh.
I'm not sure. I'm afraid I can't tell
Alright,
you anything
see you
more
in a
than that. And he hands it back to you.
And I take it in my hand.
It is a very nice sword, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take it
I take it in my hand. So
in
I'm
your
like,
hand.
okay.
So what happens?
Hilton hand.
Hilton hand.
Again, it feels really nice. I'm going to add it as your equipment. Nicer than you've as a merchant, you have some experience with like swords and assessing quality. This is a really good sword. Do you think you would be? You feel particularly like attuned to it in some ways. Do you think you could do some good stabbing with it?
Maybe it's now me. It's now my sword, and I've paid the price for it.
Okay, so you're not. So the thing is not trying to eat you anymore.
It's already eaten me. I hope it doesn't continue to.
It's already at.
I'm already at.
It's full now.
Yeah. I think it's full.
Okay, I have added a sword to your equipment.
I'm just gonna
On D&D Beyond.
Okay, on D&D Beyond.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Like, how did
It
you
is-
do that?
Check your
Check
inventory.
your inventory. It is called Leech Sword.
Leech sword. Shit's getting gaggy.
Gag of the century.
I don't see.
Refresh.
Inventory.
Equipment?
Refresh.
Maybe I need to refresh. Leech sword.
Mm-hmm. Do you see it there?
Oh, so with what?
I'm finding. Look. Yes, I have it.
So you can equip it if you wish.
So what does it do?
How do I do it? I just press active.
Yeah, press the little red thing next to it. Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll give you +1 on your attacks and +1 on your damage.
Cool.
Because it's like.
But no damage to you.
But now it's me. Yeah. It's already done the damage.
It's an
to me.
extension of you.
Yeah. Garlic, dangerous now.
Okay.
I'm God.
I'm garlic.
I'm God.
I love it.
So now that you guys have finished that off, what do you want to do?
Well, I guess that if we have all settled our thingamabobs, then
Listen, it was eating me. Are you surprised? I was worried.
I was just very concerned that you said your sword was eating you.
It was.
Because swords can't eat people.
Look, made out of blood. I'm still waving it around.
Okay, you can put it away.
I'm not
No.
gonna.
He's wielding
As
it.
long as you don't stab me, I'm happy.
Okay, so as you guys are heading out of the town now.
Yes, oh yeah,
most
we're
of
heading
you-
out of the
I
town.
think we should head
Wait,
out.
Where are we
do
going?
we have cooking utensils?
I have.
I would say sure you have them. Most
stuff.
you could raid Garlick's her.
You can come and get stuff from my.
Okay, I'm gonna find it on here. 'Cause I don't know where it is. Cooking. No results.
Baldagar has taken every empty vial that nobody cares about, especially if it has a stopper, and popped it in his backpack.
Topped it up.
Well, those that he could, yes.
So as you guys are packing
Empty's
up
fine too.
and getting ready to leave, you pass by the inn, and you see outside the inn, Olver and Adrindris appear to be arguing. And you can hear them arguing as you get closer, and they appear to be arguing over what to do with Gawain. Olver is suggesting that they should throw Gawain in jail to answer for his crimes, or at least keep him as a hostage. Or maybe they can exchange him for the shard or offer him as a sacrifice to placate the Fae. Idrindris, on the other hand, is saying, no, a man should not be judged for the actions of his brother. He has committed no crime, and hence he should be free to come and go as he pleases. And Idrindris seems to be like blocking the entrance to the inn, while Olver is... Everything okay?
Yeah, no, it's the boy is very good at trying to rig out of work.
They all are.
So it appears to be slightly like blocking Olver's entrance into the inn. He's getting a bit flustered, and Idrindris is standing quite firm with her arms crossed. Do you guys intervene or do you continue?
Wait, say again, sorry, I got distracted.
So, as you guys are packing up and heading out to leave the town, you walk past the inn and you see Olver, the mayor, and Idrindris, the sheriff, in sort of a confrontation. Idrindris is standing just like that at the entrance, sort of blocking the entrance from Olver. Olver is getting frustrated, and he's saying, no, they should go and throw Gawain in jail to answer for his crimes, or they should keep him as a hostage. Maybe they can barter him for the shard, or maybe we can sacrifice him to the Fae as a way of placating them.
I point my sword at Olver and say, you know that guy's a mage, hey? Your jail's not going to work on him in any case, and it's probably not a great idea.
Wait, is
And I just keep
Gawain a
walking.
mage?
Why are you waving the sword around?
Because now it's me.
Gawain's like...
So we realise it's not a cursed
So
sword.
Idrindris puts her hand on her sword hilt as she sees you waving your sword at the mayor, haphazardly, recklessly. But Idrindris is saying, no, the brother should not answer for the crimes. And he's committed nothing wrong, so he should be free to come and go as he pleases.
Yep, she's right.
So
Because it's the brother that's the bitch.
Yes.
So Olver sort of pouts and then huffs and then he's like, fine, and he walks away and he leaves.
You're welcome.
Okay, cool, so we're gonna go out now.
It's disturbing.
Oh, I wish you all speed.
Yeah, we're gonna go find Gawain.
Well, listen, one last thing before we go. So we spoke to the smith and his apprentice, Lyra, the
I know of
firebug, right?
I know her well.
Well, yeah. So
Troublemaker, that one.
well, I mean, so she's
Useful.
She's agreed to make some trouble, but for us. So she's going to be cooking up some explosives over by the smithy there. I know that's not ideal, but just keep an eye.
Can't say that I approve, but I will trust in these times. I suppose desperate times do call for desperate measures.
Right. She makes the stones explode. I mean, what's not to like?
Yeah. Oh, we should probably go by there and pick up. If she's
The
needing
one
it.
that she's
The one that she's
Well, I
made.
mean, yeah, I mean,
That she's made
you could,
today.
I guess. Like, we just go pick up like a grenade and then go.
You can if you want.
Let's swing by.
Okay.
Let's swing by.
Lyra!
You swing by, Lyra's like, what?
What? Where's
Well-
my thing? Third girl.
Okay.
We talked to the sheriff, and she's fine with the idea of you doing explosive things. Again, reiterating, be careful.
So she looks really pleased at this.
But listen, just don't just
Small stones, hey? Small.
small
Okay.
stones, small haystacks, and build a rock barrier around them so that you don't set fire to the nearby trees or whatever. Because I'll be very upset
And
Yes, ma'am.
in my professional capacity as a druid. But also, can we have one, please?
Of course. Let me get you a good stone. And she starts looking, how about this one? No, that one's not good.
Oh no, this
maybe
one.
this
What about
one.
this one? It's a bit of a river stone. It's
okay, can I look for a very beautiful stone?
Sure, make an insight check.
You get one of those white ones. You know those you get those white stones sometimes.
Go
He's so
well.
racist.
The ones that the rich people have in their windows.
5. Why am I
She's
rolling
like,
some
oh,
shit?
I'll take your stone. She's like, you ready?
It's a very
And she does her little thing, sweats, her hair goes all matted with her sweat, and she's like, and she holds it and she holds it. There you go.
What is it? Is it
Careful with it though.
Is it stable?
think so.
Do you have like a case or do you have like
You're
a
carrying that, not me.
little box that we can, or bag that we can put it in?
No, it's fine. I'll wrap it in some leaves or something. Thank you.
Oh, class.
welcome, bye.
You can't take things from a
Bye,
12-year-old.
crazy girl.
And then she like.
But
goes
I don't mean like,
collapses
you
in
should probably
in
have like a piece of plastic
haystack.
wrapping around.
Well,
Snoring.
I mean, I've still got like bits of that blanket that I used to wrap your sword in this morning, so I was just there like,
Okay.
it's fine. They can like charge it to my credit card.
Okay, so you guys head on out.
Oh Lord, I was like, whose phone's ringing?
Me too. I was like, fuck, what do they want now?
So you guys depart from Elder's Rest, heading south through this valley. It starts off like quite a smooth and easy ride. It's a contour path going up along the side of the mountain, and the road is wide enough for a cart as it sort of snakes its way back and forth and sort of into the valley proper. About sort of halfway through the day, you find yourself pretty high up with a steep slope on your right, so like a steep drop off on your right and almost sheer cliffs to your left. So you're walking now like in the middle of the valley. Down at the very bottom there's a little maybe dried riverbed that you see every now and then, but it's pretty sheer cliffs. And then there's cliffs up there. So this is clearly the only passable area.
So are we like here now?
You're like there somewhere. So it's, yeah, you're about halfway there. It's taken you about half a day.
Olgar is floating above everyone. He's
Lazily.
flying.
Lazy
So-
floating.
How you doing, Beldegar?
It's
Beldegar.
nice.
So how high up are you?
20 feet.
Okay, so you can kind of see, but the road spirals, but you can kind of see a little bit. Suddenly you all hear a very sharp, loud crack, followed by a deafening rumble and a crashing sound. So it's like... Beldegar, make a perception check.
Make a landslide check.
Yeah. And
Sorry, it's not very good. Perception. -1. It's a 6.
6. So you just see a bit of like dust come up at it. From
What do you
overhead.
see, Baldagar?
A bit of smoke or dust or something.
A few moments later, you can hear cries on the road, echoing along the cliff walls and bouncing towards you. So you can't really make out the words, but they're loud and sort of desperate. They sound like humanoid voices. Can you make a perception check or an insight check, whichever you prefer? And these voices appear to be shouting back and forth to each other. You can hear clearly a male voice and clearly a sort of a younger female voice.
Okay, 8.
8. So you don't recognize the voices at all. What do you guys do?
Okay, we should probably go check it out.
Are they coming towards us?
This is in front of you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You hear this, and then you don't hear anything. There's
Gee,
a
gang.
big round crack.
Let's investigate.
Oh god.
Okay. So, as you round the very next bend in front of you around the road, you're met with a pretty horrific scene. A pile of boulders, dirt, and trees has dislodged itself and come crashing down onto the road. Teetering on the edge of the cliff is a badly damaged merchant's cart. Half of its contents are sort of strewn down into the ravine. You can see like rolls of cloth, a few smashed bottles, bits of paper and books, and all sort of like in a mishmash
What
going
sort
down.
of books?
So half of its contents are sort of strewn down the cliff face, but you can see there are bits still left in the cart. A limp donkey is lying on the cart side, nearby, its head sort of half hanging down off the cliff. You can see it's still sort of attached to the cart with stirrups and things. More importantly, there's a middle-aged man with he has a bald top of his head and a thick mustache and like hair that goes around like this, right? And he has this big gash on his head, and his lower half appears to be trapped beneath a large tree near the top of this rubble. He is the blood is like sort of profusely going down his face. There's also what looks like a young, maybe 12 or 13-year-old girl standing at the edge of the landslide. She is wearing a sort of a pretty pink frilly dress and has sort of mousy brown hair. She's sort of desperately trying to get towards him to help him, But as she clambers up one or two of the boulders, they give way and sort of scatter down slightly dangerously. He is the man that's trapped, is frantically gesturing towards her and shouting at her to go back and stay away. And he's constantly looking up at her and pushing her away. And you can see that this is like the cliffside where the road's there. This is the cliffside. You can see part of it's broken away, but there's still like a big overhanging bit that hasn't dislodged. And she is still within the range of that area. And you can see he's looking up at that, nervously seeing her and trying to get her away.
Okay,
she
so
is distraught, not knowing what to do, right? And she's like distraught, trying to go forwards, but not wanting to do anything, crying. And you can see little bits of the air is sort of punctuated with little sounds of groaning and little bits of sand falling down in that area. There's some sort of stress and movement coming from above there. Clearly this is a tense situation. Can everyone roll initiative, please?
oh lordy.
14.
I'm going to just get a bit of paper.
14 for me as well.
Plus your initiative bonus, which is by your armor class there. Below your proficiency bonus.
Okay,
Fucking 4.
And you go first. So, Garlic is 14,
14.
but goes before me.
And Crack 14. What did you get?
14.
have a high
Beldegar,
bonus
what's your
My bonus is 3.
bonus?
1.
So Beldegar, what's yours, Robbie?
I don't know, where do I
Your
see it?
initiative bonus?
Oh, initiative bonus plus 2.
Okay, so Beldegar first, then Garlic, then Crack,
We all rolled
then Tyron Rosemary Bouquet, which was
I rolled a 4.
4. Okay.
Where do you... Oh, no, you go last.
You are.
So no, you don't go last. Okay, so
The landslide goes last.
Garlic, you would recognize this gentleman. He's a merchant, a peddler who comes and visits you every year or so. A gentleman by the name of Thaddeus, and this is his daughter.
I know that guy. That's Thaddeus.
So because this is so you guys are in initiative because this is obviously a tense situation. What I would like us to attempt to do is that in terms of talking out of game, we're going to try and keep this slightly minimal because obviously you have to be like emergency. You don't have time to have a long conversation. So you can, on your turn, you can make a statement or you can ask a question and people can reply to that question.
Okay.
But try and limit it to like just that, right?
Okay, so basically, essentially, you just said, that's Thaddeus.
Yes.
So, Beldegar, you're up first. You guys are pretty close to the...
Which is heavier? The girl or the whatever's trapping the dad?
The trunk, the big tree. The tree is heavier. The girl's pretty light. She's like 12 and skinny.
I want to swoop down and just yank her out of harm's way.
Okay, cool. I'll say that's your full round then. Action to move there, grab her, and then
Move
out.
away.
Okay, cool. So you're in safety. You're now about like 20 feet away from the danger
I
zone.
put her down on the ground. I stay in the air.
Okay. And she's like...
Hush now.
Hush now.
Garlic.
Garlic. What the hell is
Oh,
Garlic
shoot.
gonna do?
Wave your sword at them.
Go away, Cliff.
I have rope, so I get rope out of my bag
Mm-hmm.
and I throw the piece, the end of the rope at him, holding
Okay.
on the other end.
Cool. So to take the rope out is a movement, and then to throw that rope as an action. Do you want to say anything?
Grab hold of this!
Okay. Cool. Crack.
Can I try something a little unorthodox?
Of course.
So I have the spell Entangle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which causes plants to grow and spread over a surface in order to entangle people.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to entangle the cliff.
Sure, I'll say you can do that.
Okay, so like the idea, like Crack will just sort of like gesture up at the cliff, say whatever words in Druidic, and then you'll just see like, it's not, usually when Druids do this, it's like roots and vines and stuff, and this it's more sort of like a time lapse of a petri dish that's got some fungus on it, and it's just all like shooting like white filaments and little bits of fluff and stuff.
Rhizons. How long
Yeah.
does this last for?
I think it's a minute.
Okay, cool. So you do that, you still have a movement action if you want. Looking at it, you seem like you've stabilized it. It looks more secure now, but you're still not 100% sure that this is going to hold. Your bits of fungus, they're going to stop Mother Nature, but you've done some...
Fuck that, I am Mother Nature.
Yeah, so
Okay, so I will rush up and be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
okay, so you have a choice, right? So the girl's been taken away. There's Thaddeus on the top of the pile of rocks, right in the middle, and then off to the right near the bottom of the rocks is the cart and the donkey half falling off the cliff. What are you running towards?
Oh shit, I didn't even think about the donkey.
Donkey and cart. Thaddeus up top.
Okay. Thaddeus is trapped under a tree.
It's trapped under a tree.
Okay. I am going to go for Thaddeus, and that's... Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, I'm going to go for Thaddeus.
Okay, I need you to make either an acrobatics or an athletics check to scramble over these boulders and things.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Gracefully leap over to them and you arrive right by Thaddeus. Time.
Oh shit. Okay, so what do I see?
Well, you've seen fungus grow out of the top bit. You've seen Garlick throw a rope to Thaddeus. You've seen Kraken leap over gracefully to go and assist him, and you've seen Beldegoss swoop down, pluck up the little girl, Jocelina, which you would know, and sweep her to safety.
Okay, so can I go up to Thaddeus?
Sure. Also make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay, that, and I also just want to ask a question. Can I shoot the tree with guiding bolt so that I can, like, make it explode away?
Sure, I'd make you roll a d20.
Controlled explosion.
Yeah, can I...
I'll make you roll a d20. I'll say you
so-
probably have a 50-50 chance. I say you have a 30-30-30. 30% chance of hitting, 30% chance of going over, and 30% chance of going low and making it worse.
So what do I roll first? Because I know you want
So
to
do you want to hit the thing first and then run across, or do you want to run across and then try and hit the tree?
Yes. Can I have that advantage then to hit the tree if I go closer?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, do I have to roll
Make an
acrobatics?
acrobatics or an athletics check to get over the rocks.
Okay. Athletics. 20!
Cool.
Nice.
You also gracefully leap onto the other side by crack.
Okay, cool.
Garlick's all in the
So
big
then just a d20.
Roll the d20, so if you get 10 or lower, you miss. If you get higher than that, you hit the tree.
Okay, and if I have like
So the tree has a DC of 10.
five and lower, then I...
Then you make things worse.
Okay,
but
cool.
you get advantage.
Fuck me! Wait, what guiding bolt? Guiding bolt.
There.
He missed. Yeah.
No, but I
What's the
can.
attack roll
But
for guiding?
a 9, so attack roll. I just want to see what.
Spells.
Oh fuck. Oh wait, guiding bolt. It's +4, so that means it's 13.
Cool.
Mine
So
was
you
for
hit the tree. The tree smashes into splinters. It doesn't completely come off, but you've smashed off a big chunk of it. What do you roll damage? How much damage does guiding bolt do?
It's 4d6.
4d6.
Yes.
Okay, roll your 4d6. Let's see how much do you smash the tree.
6, 7, 13, 18.
You smash it into obliteration.
Okay, and I yell at Thaddeus, "How are you okay?"
Like, how far away from
He's
him
like,
are you?
Jesus, he's like wide eyed, like he just exploded the tree.
Well, I just yelled at them, hold on to me! And I'm assuming I don't have any movement left,
No,
so,
that's
okay,
it.
cool. So I just yelled at them, hold on to me!
It's because you've got like sparkly anime eyes, like.
Okay.
Witness me, senpai.
I'll help you with that, yes.
That's time. Thaddeus grabs onto the rope and starts to pull himself to safety.
Everyone gets 4.
Come
So
on,
he's going to have
Thaddeus.
advantage because you get on the rope.
Yes.
4. 20.
20.
Natural 20. So he starts hauling himself
And I'm like,
on the
put
rope.
him with it.
And
They're very hard.
he manages to get sort of about halfway across the rubble.
Brown, but also very
And we are back to you, Beldegar. So you see Thaddeus dragging himself along with the rope.
Is
Time Respirator has exploded the tree. But you'll notice that some of the tree shards go down and like fall around the cart. You hold your breath for a moment, but it doesn't push them over.
Right, I go towards the donkey.
Okay, so you take a movement to get to the donkey.
What do I see? What are my options?
As you can see the donkey, it's still alive.
Still alive, still attached.
Still alive, it's still attached.
Can I cut it loose?
You can attempt to cut it loose. You can attempt to wake it up. You can attempt to drag it. You can do whatever. You can attempt to cut it loose.
I'd cut it loose if I can.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
So that's dexterity. It's not a good roll. 11.
You are struggling with these ropes. You get some of them cut, but it's like they're quite tangled and it's not sure what to do. You can get about half of them done. I just need to go to the bathroom and then make a complete. Continue.
Okay, but now Baldagar is standing on his feet. He's not hovering.
He's not hovering.
He's standing next
He's
to
like,
this donkey trying to cut it loose.
Spoons over there.
Grab a spoon even.
We
We
have
don't...
knives.
Do we have a spoon?
there's no sponge.
No, there is a fork.
Hinker, look at this beautiful presentation.
This is glorious.
I have my teaspoon, so.
Okay, that's cool. Damien has a small spoon because he's very particular.
You've got a spoon, you've got a spoon.
Small spoon or death?
Cake or death.
Who's Remington again?
Remington was the wood mill owner. The one who ran away, sneaked out the
Oh
back.
my god, that's good.
Is it? Yay!
Philip's cookie. His chocolate chip cookie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the chocolatier's chocolate.
Okay,
Oh my
Garlick.
god, that was very good.
Oh, thank God.
Well done, Philip. This is glorious.
Good combination too. Garlic continues to haul on the rope. So Thaddeus is pulling himself and Garlic is trying to swing
Strength check.
himself. I'm not very strong. I'm very old.
You're looking to beat a DC of 10.
No. I have 14.
You pull him off the remaining rubble.
Oh, thank goodness.
I like those mothers who rip car doors off when their kids are inside.
I don't want to lose a good trading partner. Do you know how hard they are to find?
Okay, you jump there. Time Rosemary Bouquet came and exploded the tree right next to you. And then Garlic whipped him out, Thaddeus out with the rope.
From underneath you.
Oh, fuck.
What do you do?
Well, I feel a bit surplus to requirements now.
You see Thaddeus' daughter starts running towards Thaddeus. As he gets pulled out of the rubble.
Are they still beneath the teetering, what's it?
Yes.
She
They
wasn't.
both- she wasn't, and now she is. Because she saw her dad got rescued and she came to hug her.
Stupid girl.
And you see Beldegar fumbling with the ropes by the donkey.
Okay. So Cracker's going to yell, "Get out of the way! You're going to get crushed!" And so that you're fumbling with the ropes by the donkey, yeah. I will turn into an animal of some description. Because I can do that, and I keep forgetting that I can do that.
At some point, when you decide what animals you know. But for now, I'll say anything within reason.
For now, it'll be a dog. You can turn into a dog, run up to them, and like bark at them like fuck.
Okay, make another athletics or acrobatics check to leap down.
19.
Cool.
Like a fucking boss. Yes, I'm a dog now.
Okay.
Turn into a goat.
The girl looks pretty confused and distraught, and sort of backs away from you fearfully. You're out of the danger zone.
Good.
Time.
Okay, so who's in the danger zone?
Donkey, the cart, Thaddeus, and Beldegar, and you.
Okay. Okay, I will explode a tree. Okay. Where is the cart in relation to where I am at the moment?
You're at the top of the pile of rubble, down at the bottom near the cliff. The cart is like half teetering over the edge, as is the donkey.
So there's a cliff to like down, more like a ravine type thing.
It's like you're on a road, on a cliff. The stuff has fallen down onto the road, and the cart has just been pushed away from that rubble, so it's like right on the edge of the cliff now.
Oh, okay.
I think Garlic would be like,
I feel tempted to just shout like, "Is there important shit in that cart?" to gauge whether or not I should help there. But okay, let's say.
I mean, you can't say that.
You can ask that, and
You know, you just.
Is there important stuff in the car?
so
Enunciate.
is that what you ask? Is there important shit on that cart?
Yeah.
Who are you asking?
Thaddeus.
He's like, yes, save it and Gertrude.
Okay.
Gertrude's my donkey.
Okay, well, okay, so
Thank you for the clarification.
I don't have anything to hold, and I'm not particularly strong.
Being a gnome.
Being a gnome.
Being a dog,
A gnome's like.
Can I get you on a cup?
Yes, please.
yes, please.
Okay, so, for a moment I was like, let me guiding bolt the cart, and just like send it all over. No,
Can't solve all your problems with guiding bolt.
solve all my problems with guiding bolt. Spells, let me see, what, do I have anything useful? Okay, I used guiding bolt. Okay. Thank you very much for the cookies. Can I summon spiritual weapon to like place it under the horse and the cart, so just to keep it there so it doesn't teeter?
Is it load bearing?
If you do that, you can try.
Okay.
You can try.
Okay, that's the only thing I can do at this stage.
You could go and run and help.
Okay. I summon my spiritual weapon, which is the bushel of herbs.
A bushel of herbs.
Or did I say rosemary? I can't
Now,
remember.
where does it appear? Underneath.
Underneath the horse and the cart.
Okay.
Like where it's like over the edge, like just under it so that it doesn't fall off.
Okay.
Cool.
That was time. Okay, Thaddeus. Thaddeus begins sort of like dragging himself along the floor, along the rope. You can see that clearly his legs are pretty badly broken and damaged. Still bleeding profusely from his face. But he pulls himself along the rope and he's like, come on dear, let's get out of the way. And that'll be his move. Beldegar. We're back to you.
I'm trying to free the donkey.
Okay, cool. I'll say you completed on that action. The donkey is now free.
And I hold the spiritual weapon just under where he's over the edge so it doesn't fall off.
You still have a movement or a bonus action?
I'd like to drag the donkey to safety as far as possible.
Make a strength check.
How big is a donkey?
I don't know.
I'm much smaller than him though.
17. I have a +0 strength modifier.
Okay, make an animal handling check.
Okay.
So you manage to pick it up and begin pulling it away.
We can just cop hit.
No, it's not cocked. What is your handling?
Animal handling is -1, so it's a 1. Not a natural one though.
As you're doing this, the donkey wakes up. What are you holding on to? What part of the donkey are you holding on to and dragging it with?
I'm dragging it by its. I have my arms under its forelegs.
Okay, cool. So as you do this, its eyes shoot open as you drag it a bit, looking like wide-eyed in terror. And we'll get back to you. Garlic.
Oh, Garlic. Is our friend Thaddeus out of
Thaddeus
danger?
is free of the danger zone.
Okay.
The girl is free of the danger zone. Crack, your dog, is barking.
I think I rush towards Beldegar to try and help get the donkey out of the way.
Okay, make an animal handling.
Please be gentle on the donkey.
13. I could a soothing touch.
Donkey seems even more fucking petrified now. There's these things around it. It lets out like a ee-aw of distress. Okay, so you get there, you try and placate it and keep it calm. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Oh,
Okay, we'll crack next.
oh donkey.
Donkey?
Actually, we should have kept the donkey attached and have it pull the cart out. Anyway. That's what Garlic thinks.
Like this stupid donkey.
I don't know how to
It's a very peaceful.
I don't know how to
avalanche.
loop my thing and save 2 minutes. I want to be like
Yeah, this is very peaceful.
Such avalanche.
You see this avalanche rocks and it's moving very slowly.
how do playlist, shuffle playlist. Crack. This is your turn.
Woo! Sorry.
As you are standing there in dog form, barking, keeping the young girl at bay, and Thaddeus comes crawling past you along the road, your mushroom entangled sense, you feel like sand.
My mushroom
You
sense
feel
is
like
down.
sand and things begin to slip through your entangled net that you've weaved.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Who is still within the...
Looking up, you can see, like, you know when a sand castle breaks, there's that black crack that opens and slowly widens and widens. You can see that happening along a big chunk of the cliff above.
Who is still on the highway to the danger zone?
These two are busy trying to drag a newly conscious, petrified donkey away from the cart. The cart is still there. Both Thaddeus and the girl are in safety.
These two are not.
Beldegar and Crack, right?
Yeah, they were with the horse.
Garlic.
Wait, so you're still on the top?
Yes!
So Crack's still So Time Rosemary Bouquet still on the top of the pile of rubble. Beldegar and Garlick are both fussing with the horse, with the donkey, trying to pull it away.
To safety.
Okay, but like, so I guess what I'm asking is, if this thing drops now, who is it going to drop on?
All of those.
All of those people. Fuck, man. Okay.
As far as you can tell, you're also the only one who's noticed this at the moment. They're busy futzing around with the donkey.
I'll transform back. Yell, "Get out of there, you fucking idiots!"
But the donkey!
His name is Gertrude.
Gertrude.
Hang on, let me like this shifting out of wild. Okay, that's a bonus action.
Yeah, so you start an action. as well.
Okay, so as an action, I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
God, burning through the spell slots.
Same.
And just yell like, "Donkey, we're trying to help you. Calm the fuck down."
Okay.
In donkey.
Make a diplomacy check then, I guess. Not a handle
Animal
animal.
handling? I don't know.
Make whichever one's higher. I would say
Diplomacy
you
is
can,
that
you can either
charisma.
make a handle animal or you can make a diplomacy with
There's no
advantage.
diplomacy. There's just
Diplomacy is
persuasion.
Yeah,
Persuasion.
You can try and either make a persuasion with advantage or you can choose a handle animal.
Fuck. It's probably better to go for the check with advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Yeah, thank goodness for
Oh, okay.
advantage.
16.
Uh,
Oh shit, sorry, I completely
Don't
forgot.
the donkey says, "Yes, ma'am," and begins to try and like scramble itself up onto its feet.
Quickly though, because, I can't hold it forever.
So
And I'm
that's
going to make it look like I'm like straining against it, even though I'm not actually doing anything. Like,
time. So this donkey is, you've heard crack. E-aw,
Bray at it.
braying at this donkey. The donkey seems to look a bit confused and then
It goes,
stands-
"Oh!"
Yeah, and then it sort of like stands up.
Okay. Cool.
so good, man.
I have an idea.
Oh no. Oh shit.
Okay, can I possibly run to the edge of the danger zone and then move my spiritual weapon at such a place where I can hold action? Because to move, I think, is a bonus action, the spiritual weapon. And then if the thing falls, the spiritual weapon can hit the rock out of the way, like away from everyone.
You can try, sure.
Batter up.
So you want to go down to the bottom by where the
Yes,
cart
by
is?
the edge of where the danger zone would be.
Towards the cart or back towards where...
Where everyone is.
Is there two sides?
Yeah, so you're like...
Okay. Yes. Wait. No.
I'll show you.
Am I either going to die or is this going to be really awesome?
So like this is the road.
Mm-hmm.
This is the cliff of doom to go down. These are the boulders up at the top that might hit you. There's a rubble on the road, cart on the edge of the road, donkey on the edge of the road. Safety, you're over there.
Okay. I am going to move more upward the rubble.
Spiritual weapon is over here.
Yes.
You're currently at the top of that pile of rubble because that's where the tree was. With that
Okay, so the spiritual weapon is still holding the teetering
The card.
as far
cart.
as you can tell.
But
I mean, the
nothing
card-
is attached to the card.
Oh yeah.
The cart didn't fall away when the donkey was there, and that could or could not have been from the spiritual weapon. You can't really tell.
Okay.
Like what's hitting the spiritual weapon. You're just hovering it there.
Okay. Because I'm scared if I move the spiritual weapon and that's what was keeping it up, then that's gonna fall down. Because what I was thinking is I move just a little bit more up to as much up as I possibly can,
Okay.
and and move my spiritual weapon above me,
Okay.
so that but also close to the boulders, so I can ready an action. So when the boulders fall, I can smack it away into
the valley.
Into the valley.
You're gonna get squished.
You're going to paddle it away.
I can do this, guys.
Also,
I can just do dexterity.
your special weapon is a bunch of flowers.
You can try, but
It's-
it's a spiritual bunch of flowers.
It's a very strong bunch of flowers.
I mean, I'm just
it
saying.
decimated the tree.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Is that what you want to do?
Your guiding bolt decimated the tree.
Oh, fuck, that's true.
Is that
Not
what you
your
want to do?
bouquet.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's perfect then. Because then I'll stab deck, ready guiding bolt for when the rock falls. Then I can just hit
Hold it.
the rock with guiding bolt.
Okay.
And spiritual
not-
weapon.
And spiritual weapon is still holding the.
Yes.
Cool.
Because it's concentration, you can have both. Right? You can't have a concentration and then cast another spell, right? Then that one falls away, I think.
You can only have one concentration.
Spiritual
spell
weapons,
running
not
at the same time.
concentration.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
spiritual
Yeah, spiritual weapons, not
Okay,
concentration.
cool. Sure, you can do that.
Cool.
Make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
And I said it was athletics. 12.
Yeah, you managed to get into position.
And I'm ready my guiding bolt.
Okay, so Thaddeus now gets to his daughter, hugs her, and they're like in each other's arms. She's crying. He's saying, there, it's okay. Beldegar. Donkey's up.
I grab Garlick, and I'm like, hold on to me, love. And I spread my wings and I jump off the cliff,
You jump off the cliff.
taking flight.
Make a strength check.
Remember, she's tiny.
Yeah, I'm
How much
very
do you
little.
weigh?
I'm little.
Let's see how much you weigh.
I'm flying, I'm not dropping
Let
you.
me see that.
I think you get to choose how much you weigh when you.
It's a 19.
Okay, yeah, you're
Your
fine.
character.
You have one of those moments of like, I'll save you. So you're abandoning Donkey.
I'm an old
Donkey's
lady.
walking
Yeah,
towards
Donkey's
Chubby, but
walking.
I'm still
Okay, cool.
alone.
So you
Thank you for saving me.
Garlic, you're flying midair.
Okay, I'm cool.
I can show you the world.
Crack, you are now a human.
Yes.
Standing, you're just
Half-orc, actually.
Half-orc, so
Misgentleman.
Mind
humanoid.
you,
You're
Misgracefully.
humanoid. You're humanoid. You're just outside of the danger zone, standing there. Is there anything you want to do?
So wait, is everyone out of the danger zone now
Except for
except
you.
for me?
Except for you. You see time. You
Good
see
luck.
time Rosemary Bouquet that's standing at the top.
Just a small little gnome.
I hope you have I'm gonna zap this fucker! I don't really have anything to help you with. What about the cart? What is the cart doing?
Cart still
Chilling.
Teaching.
Someone take the cart or help.
Okay,
move
I'll
the
run
cart.
over to the cart. I'll try and grab the cart and pull it.
Oh no. Why is this gonna be big and heavy? You're not a.
I'm a strong lady.
You're a
So
strong, independent woman.
you
She's
get
not
to
a
the
gnome.
you get to the cart, right?
Yes.
It's tipped over on its side.
Yes.
You make an insight check.
Oh, alright.
Remember, my spiritual weapon may or may not be holding it up.
Inside. Okay, so that's 11.
You suspect you are going to have to right the cart and then pull it out of harm's way if you want to get it out of the way.
Okay. What is the biggest animal I've ever seen?
Probably like a deer.
Or maybe a
stag,
bear.
Stag or possibly a bear.
Bears are pretty big, though, right?
Bear.
Oh.
I would say bear or gorilla.
How big do bears get? Do dinosaurs exist in this world?
We haven't established that yet. But you wouldn't have seen a dinosaur in your life. You can't just transform into any animal.
No, I know, but like, maybe dinosaurs were in the woods, I don't
No.
know.
There's no dinosaurs in the...
They do in some settings in Pathfinder.
Okay,
Okay. Alright, I will turn into a bear, a brown bear,
okay.
which can reach a height of, like, 2 meters? No, 3? Oh, polar bears get 3 meters.
Holy
Have
fuck,
you
is
not
that
seen a
bad?
photo bear?
No, I've not seen a polar bear, but like, I'm thinking like American black bear. Brown bears get between like 1.5 to 3 meters.
Okay, you can turn into a big bear.
I'm a big bear. I'm a big ass bear.
Your dreams come true.
Your dreams come true.
Well, Philip's dreams come true.
I've got like a leather harness on and I have questionable sexual.
Oh! Philip was going, oh, time has no opinion.
Time is unaffected.
So, as a bear, when I turn into a bear, I gain all of the
Bear
best
the bear
stats.
of the wave.
Sure.
So, what are my stats? I must look these up.
You tell me. But you're going to have to roll.
The
What are you going to
Dungeon
do as a
Master
bear?
should have
I'm going to
the
try and
stats
write the card.
You're going to try and?
Write the card.
As a
You should
bear.
have them
Okay.
in compendium.
Okay, so I'm a black bear, which is a medium creature. My strength is 15. Fuck.
Okay, so roll a strength check. So 1d20 plus 3.
Would have been better off staying in half orc. Oh shit, 19. So 21.
Okay, you ride the cart, and as you do, the rocks and boulders and shit above come crashing down.
I hit my guiding bolt.
Roll, it's an attack, right?
Yes.
Roll the attack, you're looking to beat a DC of 15.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll make it 10 because you were prepared for this.
Yes, I was prepared. Okay.
This red tea is actually quite nice. That
10.
You hit it.
Okay. Just hit it.
You hit some of it, right? So there's a whole bunch of shit. It's not one just big bolt, but you hit the main mass of it.
The main
down.
mass of it, yes.
It explodes. I need you to roll an athletics and an acrobatics check. And
Athletics.
Thomas, I need you to roll an athletics or an acrobatics check.
As a bear.
As a bear.
Check the Dungeon Master Guide.
Fuck my
Creature
life!
stats.
Okay, 5.
Ooh.
Okay.
Guys, just remember me.
Sing my song, tell my story.
Sure. I don't like as a bear. It doesn't say that I have acrobatics or athletics, so that's 13 plus whatever that is.
Well, just what is your character's? What's the character?
Plus 3, 16.
Okay. So
Agile.
you are an agile bear. You take.
I'm a circus bear.
And you just see this little gnome going, I'm trying to touch things.
What did you roll?
16.
16. So you take 14 damage as bits of rocks and shit hit you.
Hits you.
Phil, you take a full 20 damage as bits of rock and detritus fall on you, seeing as you were at the epicenter.
Louise.
The cart gets smashed as the rocks come down.
Unsurprising.
And there's no saving it.
I will give you an opportunity to either try and save the whole cart by grabbing onto it, or to try and grab something out of the cart before it goes.
Oh.
It'll be easier to just grab one thing. It'll be harder to try and grab the whole cart. Significantly harder.
I'll grab one thing.
Okay.
As I seem to have shifted into a downgrade of my normal human form, the half-orc form.
So just roll like a dexterity check. You just need to be the 10.
12.
12. You grab your bear still. Okay.
You can jump it.
So
Swipe.
Grab it with your mouth.
bizarrely, you grab like a glass vial of something. I need you to roll a d4.
Oh, okay. Cool. 4.
Okay, you don't know what it is, but you've grabbed a potion full of some sort of liquid. Okay, and you guys are now out of initiative. After that, there's a stunned silence. You're not buried, but you're pretty badly bruised.
Guys!
You're
Ouch!
from above, you hear Garlick saying, I told you you're a fucking idiot.
And
Garlic and Valdegor are just offering, going, oh, bye.
I can cast Cure Wounds on myself, right?
As a bear, I will sort of pad over
Yes.
to
Okay.
the carter and his daughter and the donkey and just like.
You
Okay.
give him the potion.
Well, I'm just going to lay it down by their feet, turn back as like,
He's like,
you right?
you back as a human now.
Yes.
It's like, quite shocked at you turning into a bear, and then and then a dog is like, I think
I'm gonna-
I think my legs are a bit sore, but we'll be okay. You all saved our lives. Yeah, please, I insist, keep it.
Thanks. I'll turn to the donkey like, you right, mate?
The donkey can still understand you.
It's a 10-minute duration.
Yeah.
This all took like a minute and a half. The donkey can speak back.
Yes.
Yes.
Legs a bit sore. What are you two doing? Still flying over the cliff?
Gossiping, catching up on
I think we should hover over and see if we can see any bits of the cart that.
It's all smashed down to smithereens, down the thing, covered in
Okay.
rubble. You can
To
see,
shreds,
you can see Timer Esme Bouquet
I don't want to rescue her.
lying there, pretty.
Okay, I cure wounded myself for 11 HP. So.
It's so stupid.
I'm now on 15. I'm fine. Fuck! I try to do something cool, and it.
Kind of works.
So as you two are flying, as you are two flying, Thaddeus is like, he suddenly sees you. He's like, Garlick, is that you, my dear?
Yes, me. Hi.
What the deuce?
Hi.
Down here, let me hug you. And you guys go down.
Do you want me to put?
Yeah,
do
let's
you
go
want this
down.
person to hug you?
Okay, and I just slowly but surely just like make my way down to
He's
where
like,
everyone
oh.
is.
I must say, I owe you my life. I'm changing accent. But this is going to be his accent now. I owe you my life, Garlic. Thank you. I must thank you.
Where is this
you
coming
saved
from?
me. You owe me my life,
It's a
Garlic.
traveller from the
And
east.
where's that brave friend of you?
The east
And he
of New
turns
York.
to see you calling. He's like, young man, so brave.
Lots of
Please.
places have an east.
It's my pleasure.
He's so
I
stupid.
I see you are a man of healing, yes?
Yes.
You can heal my legs. I'm afraid
Yes.
there's something rather sore.
Okay, I cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Oh, thank you so much.
So it's 1d8 plus
God bless you. God bless you.
7.
The gods bless you. The gods bless you.
I healed for 7 points.
Salam
thank you.
alaikum.
You can see his, like,
From
his
the east
broken,
of the
his broken
Asian
legs sort
bazaar.
of like straighten and heal.
I shouldn't have started singing Aladdin.
It's like, you'll get used to it.
No, Golly, it's not that I'm not so grateful that you are
Eastern
here.
Europe.
But what are you doing on this road? I was coming to see you.
Darling, I was falling on the cliff.
Baldagar's rolling
You were coming to
down
see
the cliff,
me?
laughing.
I had some lovely bears. I'm afraid they're all gone.
They're all gone now.
Oh, boy.
They weren't corpse of garlic.
Wait, so
Bronx.
it's a Jewish Indian from East Berlin.
Yes, you know me.
You know me, you know me.
Wasn't he like Cockney at some stage?
Yeah, EastEnders.
That was when he was very scared. So, Garlic, what are you doing away from Elgar's Rest?
We are going. We are on a quest, ridiculously, to save the world from the Undying One, who's apparently undead still.
I know that sounds far-fetched, but it is true.
Oh yes, that's very nice. It's just a pity you won't be able to buy my stuff then.
Well, you don't have anything to sell me, do
And
you?
he's like, that's true. Tell me, Garlic, who's looking after your store when you are gone?
My store is all locked up.
It would be a pity if we couldn't make any sales. My daughter and I, we will have to take a break in Elgar's Rest. Perhaps we look after your store while you are gone, yes?
Okay. How well do I know this guy?
Make an insight check. You've known him for quite a long time. He's a bit of a shady character.
But then everyone
Been around the world.
But he's a good, loyal customer. He buys things from you. He sells things to you. It's sort of on like the don't ask, don't
Don't
tell
tell,
where you
yeah.
got them from.
It's a bit of a dramatic role.
Does that count?
Was it a good roll?
I actually didn't see.
Oh, 50.
What's your insight? Do you have an insight modifier?
+3, 18.
So like he might be a shyster, but he's more of like a opportunist, right? Like
Okay.
he's really seen the
Yeah.
opportunity. Like, oh, you're going away. My shit's just been destroyed. Maybe I can like get free board and lodging and look after your thing. Win-win situation.
You Vim.
Situation.
You may look after my stuff, but no, I know everything that's in my store.
Oh, of course.
Everything.
Garlic. Ask him if he's seen Godwin.
Garlick.
Goward.
Have you seen a wizard type wielding a little twig that makes flowers come out?
Wizard. The only wizard I saw was this tooth fairy at the last crossroads. And he goes like this. You see, like nice new teeth.
Tooth
Good deal.
An actual toothpick? What? This is
Roll
actually quick.
roll like a history check or
Can I also roll a history check? I want to know if I know anything about this.
Baldagar is still rolling down the hill laughing.
Not the hill, the cliff. Rolling down the
10
cliff.
plus 2, 12.
15.
Well, that's awesome.
if you want. Okay, so you would know that a tooth fairy is basically like a dentist with some arcane powers. So they tend to travel around and perform dentistry, like removing of teeth, magically adding of teeth.
So it's definitely not
using
Goward.
some arcane skills.
So it's definitely not Goward.
He said that's the only visit I saw was the tooth fairy. He gave me nice
Are you
reviews.
sure
And-
you saw no one running, like suspicious running past you?
No, it's only been me non-zero. But now that you mentioned, I must give you something. And
Okay.
oh, it's saving my life. And he looks and he's fingering this ring on his finger. He's like, actually, I got this from the tooth fairy.
Okay.
those-
What do you mean got?
Well, he sold it to me. He said he got it from one of his collectors. And, you know, I think it's from one of those Knights of Pelosi. I tell you, they might have sticks up their bums, but they make very good care of their teeth.
And is he holding it out?
So he takes out, he says, please have it. I believe it's called a ring of heroism. The
Okay.
knights use them.
Can you add it to mine?
I will add it to your inventory. And he explains to you what it is. Maybe he will try and
What
explain
is
it
it?
to you. So, I believe the knights, they give these rings to their what's not the rear guard, the front guard, the vanguard. He gives it to this vanguard, the biggest knights, and they put these rings on, and then when they go into battle, they explode in lightning, and makes everyone very scared and blind for a long time. Bit foolish, most of them die, but where I got the teeth. But you are brave, and I'm sure it'll be very good for you. And I'm gonna add it to your.
He's definitely going to kill himself with a damn lightning ring.
I have the power by the power of Grayskull.
And you, the potion I gave you, let me have a look. And he takes it, like, On top of it, takes a little sip. Diet Coke. And you see his bottom of his lip comes up. Boom. He's like, oh dear, this is the potion of growth.
Do you?
After a little while, his lip recedes and there's no longer collagen. He's like, yes, sorry, the potion of growth.
Oh, so it's a plastic surgery potion.
Yeah, it's like.
Okay, so I should have added it to your inventory.
Is it an ointment or a
Ah,
potion?
I got it. The ring of heroism.
Oh.
Of blinding
Is
heroism.
it drunk or applied?
A potion of heroism.
It puts the
Potion
potion
of
on
growth.
its skin.
The gross, yes.
I don't know.
He puts the lotion on it.
Let's look it up, Crack. I will give you a potion of growth.
Thank you. That's lovely of you.
People have been trying to sell me potions
It's
of
just a
growth on
pity
the
you did
internet
not
for years.
rescue the rest of the heart. Perhaps you will do better next time. Right?
Listen, I saved your potion with my bare hands.
Your bare hands.
That's true. Aha, you make good joke. We love bears where we are from.
That's all I
Very
wanted,
tasty.
Vlad.
Thaddeus. The name is Thaddeus.
Thaddeus
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus.
Your name is Vladius.
Thaddeus.
Vladius.
Okay, it makes you a big, strong woman. We like big, strong women also. You single, young lady?
Just like
That
my
is
bear.
stop flirting with my people.
No,
Just asking.
No, I apparently had an engagement to a 12-year-old in the previous town.
Very nice.
Oh, wow, okay. Yikes.
I'm putting the ring on because after 24 hours it gets
Tuned.
well, not attuned. It It incorporates the holy symbol of the wearer's deity after 24 hours. Oh! So I don't have to get attuned to it. I just
Yeah, so this one, when you have a weapon and you into battle and you have the ring, you go, by the power of Greystone, or whatever. And
you
then
don't know my
There's
god.
a big blinding flash, and everything within 5 feet has to make a save, or else they go blind for a little while.
Yes, they go blind for
Excluding him.
excluding me.
Yeah.
They go blind for 1d6 rounds. So if I roll 6, they go blind for 6 rounds.
Well,
And even your
friends. Yes,
comrades.
even the friends.
Even if they go like this.
If they go like that, then that's fine.
Can I
They're
say,
blind
everyone
for
close
one.
your eyes, and then like.
Sure.
Okay, but yeah,
Okay.
but that's when we cross that bridge.
Well, it looks like we don't. Oh, you okay, my darling, my daughter? And then he just realizes that his daughter's there, crying and sobbing. And she's like, "Oh, I'm fine, Daddy, I'm fine." And it's like, okay, well, it is getting late, and I do not want to be here at dark. We will continue on our way to.
Are they like?
Garlic, do you have the
creepy
keys
crawls?
to your place? Is there any plants you want us to water while we are there?
Don't touch the plants, they'll bite.
Okay, very good. No touchy plants. Thank you. We will take very good care of it.
Just we went back to India then. The sentence and everything.
Cool. So Thaddeus hobbles off the way you guys came, with his daughter hugging him tightly around the waist. He wipes a bit of the blood off of his face.
Don't get blood on the sheets.
Again.
Again.
So after this, the rest of your day's travel is sort of largely uneventful. It takes you the rest of your day to wend your way down the valley, and sort of once on the other side of the mountain, the valley opens up into quite an incredible vista, right? You can now see...
It's like, oh wow.
for days.
I haven't seen this in like a few years, I'm
and
imagining.
this is quite like novel for some of you. I don't know if most of you have grown up in Elgor's Rest, but Elgor's Rest is like surrounded by mountains on either sides and this thick forest, and it's like quite oppressive and claustrophobic. And now all of a sudden there's like this huge, big, open vista.
Wow.
Is it like Savannah or
It's like, imagine when you're coming down from
like Ceres?
Solaris Pass, and then suddenly like you can see everything in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Like, ugh, it makes me.
It's not Savannah,
Nervous.
it's like Mediterranean climate, I would
Okay.
say. Mostly wildish looking.
Like Franschhoek country.
Yeah.
Just everything the light touches is Somerset West.
So you sort of make your way along the road until you come to a small trading post at a crossroads.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
So this is now late afternoon. There's sort of an inn here, and there's also a sort of a very basic but sort of free traveller's shelter. And there's like 2 or 3 different travellers that are all going from place to place, and this is just like a waypoint where a lot of people stop. You could choose to either spend, so it's now evening by the time you get into the town, you could choose to either spend the night here in the inn, and that will cost you about $1 per person, or you can use the free accommodation, or you can continue to travel into the night. What do you guys
I think we should stay because, like, I don't know what we will be
Hashtag
seeing.
sleepy. Hashtag exhausted.
And
Yeah.
my magic's getting a bit weak. But also, before we go to sleep, maybe we can ask around if anyone has maybe seen someone matching the description of Goward.
Oh! So
I say to a random passerby.
So you guys talk around and nobody's seen anything matching the
Goward.
description of Goward.
Oh, okay.
So you spend the night there, you gain an exhaustion, you gain back,
Oh.
you lose an exhaustion.
Again, he's also.
And
That's just how this
Baldagar made use of the free accommodation.
you are now obviously confronted with 3 paths heading out of the trading post. One,
Okay, so we
Where
do
was
take
that
a
rest?
long
you
rest.
take a long rest.
Okay.
So there's one
You're
heading
just going
west,
quick.
one heading sort of southeast, and one heading directly south. Which one do you guys choose?
Okay, so we know that Goward has like history with this academy type thing. So going off of your earlier guess, would we assume that he is going to there for some sort of revenge thing?
I mean, it seems like even if it's not. Hang on, are we doing this in character? Are we having this discussion?
I'm doing it in character.
Okay. Well, if he's going to the city, I mean, it could just be as simple as he's going home. Like, because that's where he came from. He didn't want to be up here with us at the first.
He looked pretty pissed about his experience with the academy.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying that like all signs point there. Like either he's going there to have revenge or show off or something, or like
either or
he's going home, to Tyre. Or like it just seems like the logical. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yep, I don't think he's got any business anywhere else. Any other shards that we think are
Okay,
around?
cool. So we're gonna take I'm guessing that is south path to Tyre.
Okay, so you start heading south along that south road.
Walking.
After a few hours of travelling, you come across a bit of a curious sight. The road is sort of wandering through mostly wild, untamed grasslands, following a course of a stream. Can I have the blue? You're following the course of a stream on the right of the road here.
This is the trade route.
On the other side of the riverbank, about 100 feet or so away, you see a tree about a meter or two high that sprung up out of the earth. You can tell it's recent, as the earth at its base is sort of freshly pushed up and disturbed, and all the foliage looks new and bright green. So it looks like this tree just shot up out of the earth, pushing out the earth and newly made.
That is a very eager tree.
So it's like over there somewhere, just 100 meters.
Form a nature check to see what the fuck is going on with this weird tree.
You can.
Baldegard sees
Crack.
Garlick. Correct. Sees Crack looking at the tree and hovers closer. Like,
Oh shit. 8.
do you think this
Can I
is
also
something
do
to do
nature?
with the shard?
I think this is the
Oh
shard.
no! Yes, that makes sense.
Remember that
That's
the
growing
forest
thing,
is
yeah.
growing towards the shard.
Make investigation check.
Can also.
You can assist him if you want.
I'll assist.
Thanks. That means I get 18 plus.
So looking
3.
at this tree,
21.
you can actually very, very slowly see it growing. Getting taller and taller.
Awesome.
And wider, and new leaves sprouting.
Cool.
Guys, I'm not sure how happy I am with this. This is natural.
Remember what?
Well, at least we know we're on the right track.
Oh no!
But
yeah.
maybe he's there. Is he like hiding underneath it? Like have a little hover around and see if you can see.
Maybe he fell over and it just like embedded itself in his chest.
Remember.
People keep
Frisia.
waking up with, like holes in their hands. Maybe like, near the
Frisia.
Frisia told us that the bit of the staff draws the forest to it. So the forest will grow towards the shard.
Ah,
So we should look out for new growth.
So we
This
should
is the definition of new growth.
yes.
Yeah.
Does the growth seem like it's growing into a particular direction?
So it's off to the right of the path that's going south.
Yes.
Other side of the river, maybe about 100 meters on the other side, or 100 feet or so away on the other side. So you can see it, but it's just off to the right. Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, is like
Is
the
it leaning
tree
in
that
a
is
direction?
sprouting, like pointing
like-
to like compass point.
Well, here's the forest. There it is.
Kind of like how flowers turn to face the sun, I guess.
Yeah, you don't really notice that.
Okay,
Okay.
so if
But you
we
can orient, like you've done Beldegar with your investigation, you can orient like that relative to where you guys
To
came
where the
from.
forest is from.
And see that it's not coming directly south.
All right. Well, at least we've got a trail then, I guess, because we can just follow the trees.
follow the magic growing tree.
Follow the
Follow
very
the new trees.
yeah.
On the new trees. Belder, can you fly high and see if there's more like bright green sprouty things?
Yeah, sure, why not?
So
Thank
you
you.
fly high into the air, make a perception check.
Not good for...
You can't see any up until the horizon. They're not necessarily very big, and I guess make an insight check.
Well, not that obvious, I suppose. Ugh.
Get a different die.
Get a different dice. That's 2.
Okay, you have no insights.
Nope, can't see anything.
It's your hand.
Okay, well let's continue along the road, and then we can see more of these freaky, unnatural trees on the way.
So you're staying on the road.
Yeah.
No.
We're not gonna go.
Oh wait, can we maybe jump over the river to the tree and like check up more
Investigate it.
closely?
Yeah, so Belvedere was already there, and you flew over the river. It's
Oh,
not a
okay.
difficult river to ford. You guys could if you wanted to. That's
But
basically
he already checked.
what he
okay.
looked. Yeah, he just saw that it was growing fast.
Okay. Yeah. I
Upwards.
guess. Ooh, what if we take a bit of like the tree's bark and use it as a compass where it like grows into a certain direction?
I mean, that seems like wishful thinking.
I know.
Take a bit.
Is it wishful
You
thinking?
can try.
I'm gonna take a piece of bark anyway.
Okay, cool. So you guys are continuing south along the road.
Aye.
Okay, so you spend the rest of the day walking south. You don't see any more trees until it comes to about dusk where you're at this intersection. Phil, can you roll a d20 for me? And it's sort of like now getting late in the
Just a
afternoon.
straight D20.
Straight d20.
5.
Okay. Now I need you to roll 2 more d20s.
Oh my gosh. 7. 8. Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Can you, so you guys are walking along and you get to this Y junction where this south road actually meets what looks to be like another road going like this. And at this Y junction, it's late at night, it looks like, well it's not late at night, but it's like a sunset, and Time, Rosemary Bouquet, you see sitting on, there's like a fence going along on this side, and you see sitting on the fence is what looks like an otter, like a small little otter, and it sort of looks at you, its little back is arched like that, looking at you.
And I see it and I start going, hey little guy.
You roll another d20.
Crack is just standing here glaring at this otter like, the fuck you.
I am proficient in animal handling, by the way.
I mean, you go handle that animal.
17.
So the rest of you, it just looks like a normal otter. But for you, Time, the otter starts to sort of glow, a bit like lightning bug. What are those things called? The ones that have big
Like
bugs?
a
Like a glowworm.
Like a firefly. Yeah. So it begins like the whole body begins to glow a bit golden, like a firefly.
Are you okay?
As you guys get close, it runs off onto the path to the right, and you feel a sort of a strong urge
Okay,
to follow it.
did you guys just see that?
Yeah, it was an otter.
There was
Cool.
an otter. What?
It was glowing.
It was not glowing. You're a crazy person.
Listen, mushrooms are supposed to be my thing, right?
Yeah, and animal handling is now my thing. So, because I am proficient in animal handling.
Belvedere squawks.
But anyway, but like it's difficult to explain, but
No, you explained it.
You said the
You
words.
successfly explained it.
no,
We just got
but
very
what I
good
mean
at
is it's difficult to explain. But I feel like we need to go see what that otter wants to
Okay, so,
where that otter's
Let
going.
me see if I'm getting this straight. You saw an otter. It was sitting on a fence, and now you're telling us that the otter was glowing, and you want the otter wants you to follow it.
Like, what sort of vibe did I get from the glowing?
What sort of vibe? It was really laid back.
Like a warm
Yeah,
glow,
it
warm
was.
feeling.
It was like
It was like a
Chill.
lava
heavy
lamp.
glow, like
It wasn't
you
like
felt,
red,
you
dead
felt
glow.
like a spiritual
Danger,
connection.
danger,
Like-
otter.
Like I just feel that there's this connection.
Yeah.
Was it kind of a Patronus kind of thing?
Was it a real otter?
They all saw a real otter. They
Okay,
all
so-
saw an otter. You just saw it kind of glow.
Listen, you and your wild otter chase.
Like I know it's crazy, but please indulge me for a little bit. Can we just see?
It has been a long day of traveling. Like, well, we could go and see. Like, if it's an otter, there's probably some water nearby. Maybe we can like stop for
have a
a
wash.
swim or a wash or something.
Okay, we go to the altar.
Everybody wants to see your
And I
Garlick's
run.
whole body.
Okay.
To
Make a perception check.
perception check.
But if you complain, I'm turning this trip right around.
Right
straight
around.
home.
This caravan.
I don't complain that much. I don't think. My character hasn't really complained.
No.
Okay.
Healing people.
Perception check.
Exactly. Except when it comes to
90.
performing acts of charity.
You can't find any otter.
There's no otter.
None of you can find any otter.
There's no otter.
You guys thought did see an otter
Okay.
that disappeared off to the right, and now it's gone. It's gone. You can't find it.
Well, it was glowing, did you say?
Yes!
Was it an illusion?
I don't think so.
Was it
That doesn't seem like an illusion.
You guys all saw an otter, right?
Yeah, but
He saw the same otter just glowing, and it seemed to be magnetically calling towards him to follow it to the right.
Do I still feel like I need to follow this
Do
path?
you still feel vibes?
Okay, yeah, but like the guys, I feel like I'm going insane. But like, I think we should just, for a little bit, just see where this path is going.
For every step, you owe me a massage.
I'll pay it off later.
Baldagar. This is like. Is he walking or hovering? I should
Baldagar's
probably
up to
be
you.
hovering. Baldagar does not like walking.
what do you think, Baldagar?
It is now like sunset. Nighttime.
Sunset.
I mean,
Like we can set up camp, but like for a little bit, just this way.
Okay, I feel like I'm about to. I feel like this is like one of those English kids' adventure books. It's like, I saw an otter. Let's go find the otter.
But we all saw the otter.
Or you're all killed and your organs harvested by...
Depending on the old-fashioned English children's work.
Yes, that's the one that I read.
Enid Blyton and the organ harvesters.
Baldagar suggests that he
Five
takes
gets
a little father time for a spin, and then we set up camp.
Okay, so
Right,
we're...
we go
Okay,
do
well-
a fly recon and set up camp.
Well, shall we set up camp here while you guys do that then?
All right?
Alright.
Yeah.
High five.
Okay.
You fly up into the air. It's dark now. Looking around, you can see off to the right. Make a perception check.
The glowy.
Do you see anything glowing?
I'm looking.
Not glowering, that would be me.
20.
So you can see off to the right, quite far away, but off to the right, you see some glowing. Initially you think, oh no, it's a fucking otter. But then actually, you see it's actually probably the glowing of a town. So you can see town lights off to the right there. Maybe half a morning or morning's travel for you guys to walk there. It's a little far from the distance, but still viewable.
Okay.
Otherwise, looking around, you don't see any.
Well,
you
I
don't see
think
any,
it's a much better place
towns
to-
going in that direction, and you don't see any more glowing otters.
But it's a morning's travel. We won't be able to get there in time.
I'm tired.
It's night.
Hashtag exhausted.
You could walk.
You
through-
don't know what I see yet.
Yeah, you could walk through the night and probably get there at the crack of dawn, or you could go to bed and then arrive at like 8 in the morning.
At dawn's crack.
I say we sleep. I think that would be probably the better thing to do. And then possibly your otter friend will come and
Is it during the
fetch us
night
in the
time?
morning.
Do I feel like I
yeah.
can do that without feeling like I'm going to lose that connection?
You're not sure.
I met this cute otter and he just ghosted me.
Oh god, it just went there. I can see it now.
You guys are at like the crossroads, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are still at the crossroads.
Yeah.
Do you want me to drop you somewhere? Gently or just.
But
let
I'm
go?
just a little gnome. I can't be on my own.
You're a little gnome. Here's the pair of
Okay, well, let's go back to them,
On a mission
and
for
then we
God.
can talk further about it.
So Beldagon time lands while you guys have set up camp.
Is the screaming necessary?
I'm sorry, I'm just not used to it. Okay.
Garlic is so much better at this.
Oh, yes.
But she's
Yelling insults.
she has had time to have experience in things.
She's had time.
You're a fucking...
Is that why you're asexual?
That
yes,
would
you
be
are.
weird. We're related.
Oh, good lord.
You're ace also, hey. I forgot.
Yes, I'm asexual. So I just
Okay.
screamed in one of
Well,
our
I
battles.
would suggest that we go for a sleep, and then that would be a good time to wrap up the session.
But but I saw there's a town there. We must definitely.
Yes, you saw a town.
Was it?
You saw it too.
Was it also glowing?
You also saw it. Bob.
I saw it.
Sneaking
I
pretty.
saw it. It's a down.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think we should just check what's going on. Just see what's the vibe, and maybe see if we can find some nice magical items. And things.
Baldagar is hovering and snoring.
Okay. So you guys spend the night at the
Arakocra
crossroads.
just locked their wing.
The next morning you head in that direction, and as soon as you start heading on that road, you just feel a lot better. That whole night was like angsty and you weren't sure, but as soon as you start walking in that direction, something about you just feel calmer and better. You're doing the right thing.
Cool.
And it takes you like better part of the morning to get to this town. And as you're getting along there, you start to hear sort of the clacking of
Oh yes.
Another one, yes.
metal on rocks for a while, and the road starts becoming more and more busy with sort of wagons laden with what looks to be white stone of some description, and the road is caked with a sort of fine white dust. And quite suddenly, over a hill, you crest a small hill, and there all of a sudden is a town with the town gates. The town has a circular wall of white, roughly hewn stone. I don't know if any of you guys have stone working or whatever. You can probably tell what it is. I don't know what they're.
Aren't you stone
change?
gnomes?
I have a herbalism kit.
So there's this sort of rough circular wall of white stone going around, and it's high enough that you can't see over it, but not so high that you can't see the rooftops of the houses in the town.
Is it
It's
like
a
chalk?
chalky.
Like
It's like-
like caulk.
You're not quite
It's
sure.
chalk.
It's dusty. It's dusty, and there's like white dusty shit, and there's carts going in with big slabs of this stone on it. There's a wooden gate to this thing that seems open. It doesn't look like the gate is frequently closed, and this looks like a medium-sized town. It's bigger than Elgar's Rest, and there's two guards at this gate, and they don't seem to be too concerned with who's coming and going in and out of it. Immediately beyond the gate appears to be sort of a busy, bustling market area of the town. Don't worry, you'll be done soon. So the market itself, you can't see much, but there's like a wide road. There's stone walled stalls on either side, and in the middle there's like a row of wooden stalls with like canvas tarpaulin things at the top, running down the middle. To your shock, about 50 feet ahead of you is Garlick in the market, apparently shopping for some sort of herbs and spices. He doesn't seem to have seen you yet. You guys are just on the border of the outside of the town. He is just inside the town, in the market. You can see him over there, maybe 50 to 75 feet.
That bastard.
Apparently doing his morning shopping.
He's doing his morning shop.
I think we'll end it there.
Fucker.
There are also two guards at the entrance to the gate.
Do they see me hovering above?
How high are you hovering?
Put that thing away.
10
No
feet.
one's impressed.
They see, one of them sees you and is like looking at you like, what the fuck is this thing?
Like, I don't like walking.
Fingering his sword.
It's his.
Baldagar does not walk.
It's
Do
his
you see
thing.
these funny legs?
It's his thing.
I'm a bird.
I knew
I'm a
it
boy,
was.
bitch.
We had to follow that
Can't
otter.
fly away.
I mean, okay, sure. I think you may be underestimating the possibility that this otter was some sort of like siren song to lure you to.
luring us to our
Was
game.
it the wing? I'm not crazy.
No,
Like
I
a
believe
trap.
you.
Like a trap or like a spirit glow?